Okay, let us pray. Father, we come in the name of Jesus and we ask you, oh God, for your wisdom tonight, Lord God. We ask you that you have your way in this council meeting. Help us, oh God, to see the business of the city, oh God, as important and to operate accordingly, Lord God. We ask that as we do the business of the city, Lord, that the people enjoy, oh God, and watch and be a part, oh God, and know the process of this city, Lord God, that we will all grow together. We ask that you look on our mayor as well as this council. Keep us, give us the wisdom, and have your way in our city. In Jesus' name we do pray. Amen.
Amen. Please follow me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, council need a motion on the work session minutes for September the 19th. Need a motion on September 19th minute? Work session minutes? Have a motion to adopt. All in favor, raise your hand.
A with District 5 abstaining.
Okay. Have a motion on the regular council minutes for the September 19th meeting.
Mr. President, move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
A with 5 abstaining.
Okay. Mr. Mayor, you're up.
Thank you. I'll get right to it. Good evening.
Good evening.
I want to thank everyone who has come out to participate in local government, to have their voices heard. Thank you all to all the residents of Montgomery for everything that you do. Certainly want to thank the City Council for the work that they have been doing over these last several weeks. I know I missed the last meeting, was out of town, and missed part of this one, unfortunately, but the work continues, and my staff will make sure that any comments or any issues that are brought up are addressed in a timely fashion. We got a very short mayor's message today. No finance update today, so I think that we're doing all right with the budget being passed and the fiscal year just starting on October the 1st. But we did have a runoff election for District 4, and so we want to congratulate the winner of that election, Fernetta Riley, who will represent the residents of District 4 beginning in November, and now the municipal elections are complete. We are happy to announce that the inauguration date is set for Tuesday, November the 14th. And so we hope that many of you will come and participate in that. For those who have not been a part of the inauguration, we certainly welcome you to that, and more details will be forthcoming. That said, we'll move right on to the next topic. We discussed the veto of the ordinance of 42-223, so I won't get into that. I just believe that this is a decision we need to walk slowly. I understand the points on both sides of it, but really we're looking to try to look at this from a legal perspective. That's been my advice from the city attorney, and that's how we're approaching this, but understanding where residents in the neighborhood feel, as well as Councillor Johnson on this particular issue. But I won't elaborate on that again. I know that it's been discussed in the work session. I do want to elaborate a little bit on this, because this has been in the making for well over probably 2 years now. It was something that we talked about when we came in almost 4 years ago, I guess now, around criminal justice reform and around court reform. And we wanted to jump right in and correct some fines and fees, but unfortunately, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, we were advised that we needed to do an audit and we needed to go through a process. And we just weren't able to jump in and waive some of the fees through our municipal courts that we wanted to. But I think in the process of doing that, we found some other shortcomings that we'll be sharing with the community around our municipal court, and we'll also be presenting some solutions of how we address that. But just for the sake of being brief here tonight, we'll issue an executive order to forgive certain municipal fines and fees that have been unpaid for more than 10 years. This executive order will only apply to municipal fees for all non-DUI traffic tickets and possession of marijuana in the second degree, which is a misdemeanor. Individuals will still be responsible for any state fines that they have incurred, but I will ask that we lobby our local delegation as well as state legislature to waive those fines as well. Statewide, Alabama Appleseed found that 90% of people had to choose between paying their traffic ticket debt or paying for essentials like rent, groceries, medicine, or utilities. We don't think this should be the case, and no one should face jail time because they cannot afford to pay a ticket. And while some of us may have the means to do so, as we consistently find around our community, there are a lot of people who are working, who are doing the right things, but who are having a hard time staying afloat. And that was before inflation, that was before some of the things that have impacted our overall economy. And so to the degree that government can make corrective action and can be more fair and equitable amongst all its citizens, we have been seeking to do that. And this is something that we've had for the last several months, but we didn't really want to reveal this before the election lest it be politicized. This is something that we are proud to be able to do, and we hope that the legislature will follow our lead in doing this, as we have seen other municipalities do this as well. And again, there are other things that we'll be announcing as it relates to our municipal court system that we have found that is an imbalance, and to make it more fair for everyone. And so any individual can work with this administration and the court to establish a payment plan option that's based on their ability to pay. We'll also lay out the payment plan options that are available for anyone, regardless of their timing of the fees. So it's taken longer than I would have liked, but we're certainly glad that we've done the due diligence, we've done the research, we put in the work, and we thank those that partner with us on this, National League of Cities, Municipal Court, as well as other organizations throughout the city and the state. And I believe this is just one step among many that we will be taking to address some of the imbalances in the municipal court system right now. Now we'll move on to the next slide. Walk with a Mall, or proclamation that we'll be sharing with you. We're happy to support the mission of the Little Mall project as it aligns with our city's values, raising awareness about the plight of refugees, fostering empathy, and promoting social inclusion. Dr. Rita Menon, Community Lead Director of the Walk with a Mall Montgomery Tour, has shown an unwavering dedication and tireless effort toward the success of this remarkable initiative. The Little Mall project has captured the hearts and minds of people worldwide, embarking on a journey of hope, resilience, and solidarity. We have here the proclamation, but I will not read that in the interest of time and the length of the agenda that we have before the City Council tonight. However, Montgomery does recognize the power of art and storytelling to bridge divides, spark meaningful conversations, and inspire positive change within our community. We acknowledge and honor the artists, organizers, and supporters of the Little Mall project for their dedication to creating a more compassionate world through their art and activism. Thank you. Now to the Alabama National Fair. Some of you have already taken part in this. I know one of my sons has, along with some of his classmates on yesterday. Sheriff Cunningham, I think, is the grand poobah of the Alabama National Fair, so I'll make sure I get out there to see how things are going and see if it's as in order as he says it is. But the Alabama National Fair will be here until Sunday, October 15th. Tonight is Breast Cancer Awareness Night, and we salute all survivors of breast cancer and those who have joined the fight. Individuals who wear pink will receive a discounted admission. And this year marks the 70th anniversary of the Alabama National Fair, and we are thrilled to announce that we've had a record-breaking number of participants in the first 4 days. So far, over 37,000 people have attended, and the fair has collected nearly $870,000 in gross sales. That is a tremendous 4-day turnout. We highly encourage each and every one of you to attend with your friends and family throughout the week. And as a friendly reminder, anyone who is 17 years old and under must be accompanied by a parent or guardian who is at least 21 years old. So you cannot, if you're under the age of 17, be there without someone who is over the age of 21. Additionally, there is a clear bag policy. So if you do not have a clear bag, you will not be able to get in with that bag. And as you may recall, we resurfaced the north parking lot to ensure everyone has a great experience while attending the fair. President Jamari made sure of that. We take great pride in maintaining the cleanliness and appearance of the fairgrounds, and we want to thank the council for their overall support of this initiative. I would also like to express my gratitude to Montgomery Police Department and Montgomery Sheriff's Office for their commitment to keeping everyone safe while in attendance. Last year, the Kiwanis Club of Montgomery was able to donate over $300,000 to various children's charities across the river region. Let's beat that amount this year by going to the fair and supporting it and sharing your good time with those on your social media platforms and encouraging them to come out to the fair and encouraging them to support the Kiwanis Club and all that they do around our region. So we are appreciative of them, and we are appreciative of you. Finally, I just want to make mention we will be bringing before the council, just for their information at the next meeting, a proposed amendment to the City of Montgomery's taxi ordinance. This is just to bring some of the taxi ordinance in line with where we want the transportation to be in our city. So as we look at our buses, and we look at Ubers and Lyfts and other on-demand services, our taxi ordinance needs a little upkeep as well. As we continue to see more and more tourists come to our city, we've heard some of their feedback, if you will, and there are a few things that we have to just kind of clean up for our taxi ordinance moving forward. But we'll present that for informational purposes at the next meeting, and we'll entertain any questions or any concerns that the public or any business owners may have at that time. With that said, Mr. President, I thank you for the opportunity, and I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Council, you got any questions? Okay. Mr. Graham, you have a special presentation.
If the family of Jamari Terrell Williams would come forward, please. I'd like to present you with a resolution on behalf of City Council. They out there.
Hey there. You gonna go down here?
And while they're coming up, let me say, just in case there's someone in the room, come on y'all, that's not aware of what we're doing here today. Loss is something that happens all throughout this city. Great loss everywhere. And sometimes in those moments, we have great light to come forward from from certain losses. And so we're so honored. I got an opportunity to meet this family because of the light that they display because of his loss. This young man, he was 10 years old. He took his own life because of bullying, which is a horrible thing to happen to any child or adult. We have it to happen. But the light that come forth, the work that they do in not just the Montgomery City, in the city of Montgomery, but I see them go all outside of the city doing work, trying to mentor other children, trying to reach them so that families won't have to face the same loss that they face. So when I had an opportunity to speak with his mother, who's standing here with us today, about honoring him, it was a privilege for me to bring this resolution before this council and ask the full council to honor him. And so we're going to do that today. I have a resolution here. I'm going to come out and present it to you. You would come up and get pictures with the council. But what we'd like to do is say now, there's a whole resolution here, but it say now therefore be it resolved by the council of the city of Montgomery, Alabama, recognize the day of October the 11th, 2023 as the Jamari Terrell Williams Day. So we want to give this day in honor of him because we appreciate how you didn't stay there, even though you had great loss. You have fought in this city and you're fighting for every child you have an opportunity to come in contact with. We appreciate you and the work that you do. Thank you.
All right, everybody. 3, 2, 1. One more. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Hold on, we got one more camera.
3, 2, 1.
All right, everybody. 3, 2, 1. One more. All right, thank you.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Very good, that's great. Okay. All right. Any special committee reports we need to have this afternoon? I don't think we have any.
Mr. President, I just want to bring out, we've had the curfew ordinance in committee for a while, and we haven't met on it. I think we rescheduled 2 meetings. So I'd like to pull that out of committee in this actual meeting and probably just bring it back forward to the council at the meeting after our swearing in.
There you go.
You can't do that, it's sine dies. You'll have to introduce it as a brand new ordinance.
Okay, I'll do that.
Everything sine dies November the 13th.
Okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right.
Very good. Okay, item number 1.
Mr. President, item 1, mayoral veto of ordinance number 42-2023, reestablishing the Cottage Hill Historic District lines.
We have 4 people signed up to speak on this item. I have Ms. Johnson speak first, and then you may want to answer. Ms.
Okay.
Johnson?
Thank you, Mr. Jamari. So, Mayor Stacy, taking that into consideration, what we spoke about during work session, and even with some of the community members that I spoke with previously, I wanted to know ideally if I could carry it over, but knowing that we have to make a decision today, I would like to go ahead and I'll uphold it, the veto. But what we'll do following this is we will create a process, because the process that was said here by Mr. Johnson is a state process, not a municipal process. We don't have one. So we will take this time to create a process and a procedure for this. And to be clear, for those that are watching or heard and kind of even heard some of the interviews, this has nothing to do with Capitol Heights, Cloverdale, Garden District. This was specific for Cottage Hill. This isn't setting a precedence for any of that. This isn't about a gas station today. This is about just development and ensuring that, as I've done with any other ordinance, and we have to do in the city, we have to go back and look at things that have been created years before some of us were even born, that are not just due for the city today and where we want to be. So just to be clear, so a lot of amendments that you'll see coming up, a lot of these things that I'm diving into, as I've been on this council for the last 2 years, have not been looked at since the 70s, since we became a city council form of government. And so I just wanted to educate the public on that. And a lot of times, I would like to say also, a lot of times we have things in place like the SMART code, and like these historic preservation. It was good for us when we were about 30, 60,000 people in the city, but we are growing and we have to grow with the times. And also, we don't let us be the reason we aren't growing. Let us not fight each other on growth and what that looks like for us. We can always come together as a community and speak as a community together. And I want to be clear, I am always open to my community, whether you disagree or agree with what I'm saying and how I feel and what I present. I want to hear you. Okay, that's it, Mr. President.
All right. Joey Beckner, do you still want to speak? We fix a vote on this. And let's go ahead. You want to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to uphold this.
Yes, sir, Mr. Beckner. You want to come up? He come over here, please.
Need to
I didn't
formally-
know I was going to speak, and maybe I would have worn long pants. But anyway, I just want to say briefly, I enjoy communications from the council member and from Quinta Mitchell. I did not receive a communication on this particular action. But one thing we as neighbors, and you might want to raise your hand if you're a neighbor and you want to keep in place the review process that comes with being in an historic district. This particular property is not only a gateway into our neighborhood, it's a gateway into the city.
Absolutely.
And we want a review process for development that is appropriate for historical districts, because we are going to be enjoying more tourism dollars that come here, because this is one of the most historic cities in America.
Yeah.
So that's all I want to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
We have some other, I think everybody's, anybody's here in this issue, would you like to hold your hand up, please?
They just did.
Okay, okay, good deal, okay. We got a motion on the floor?
Yes.
To uphold the veto?
That's right.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Okay,
Thank you.
next item.
Item 2, review of resolution number 17-2023, authorizing the city of Montgomery to participate in the National League of Cities Service Line Warranty Program.
Need a motion, Mr. Johnson?
All right, I'd like to have, put a motion out to approve this.
Well, it's already an adopted resolution. This was just for a review.
Oh, that's the one that, no, so it really doesn't even need to be carried over. This is the one that we conversed about. It's not a review because it hadn't even come into fruition yet. So I think that we just need to let the program
Okay.
play itself out first and then look at it for 6 months after it's activated. So I'll let you know when it's currently working and we are marketing and getting people signed up.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Item 3, resolution setting a moratorium on all construction on Bell Road beginning November the 1st, 2023.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
myself and Councilman Pruitt looked at the traffic being a F on Bell Road. So we want to put in something in place into the infrastructure will catch up with the number of people in that area. So I'm asking that this be adopted.
Is this, what's this get us into as far as legal concerns?
Uh,
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr.
I just
Calhoun.
need to, I know what you guys are talking about traffic. The traffic study needs to be done, the roads need to be upgraded, but I want to know, how would this impact the development that we're trying to see in Montgomery?
Not a bit.
You
Not a
sure
bit.
about that?
I'm absolutely positive.
It says construction.
But y'all are putting a price on development over people that have made the biggest investment in their lives is their homes. And I don't think you can do that. I've said it before, it's a privilege, not a right to do business, right? So the largest investment that people make in their life is their residential homes that they buy. And we have put so much traffic on that road, it's actually dangerous. I challenge you guys to go down that road from 7:30 to 8:30 and 2:30 to 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's backed up for miles. So, that's what we're trying to get accomplished, CC.
Okay.
Mr. President, can I ask a quick question? With the MPO, is Bell Road, is this stretch of Bell Road from, you're talking about from
From
Vaughn
Vaughn,
to?
yes, sir.
Vaughn
Troy
is-
Highway.
So
Sure.
where are we with that, with the MPO and some of the projects that have been proposed there? Where's
I
that
don't know
on
if
the
it's ever been
board?
on there. Robert?
Robert, I think
Robert Smith?
I don't see him.
He'll be back.
Can we move this till we hear from Robert?
yes, we can
down?
move to the end of the.
Okay.
And then, I have a quick question though. Let me ask a question. Is there any project going on right now?
Besides,
Only project that's going on, and I talked to Chad Anderson with NPS. They're finishing construction, and they'll be finished in November, and they will not do any other construction until probably 3 years.
Okay, so, but if we pass this tonight, would that interfere with them finishing in November?
No, so it won't go into effect until I think we got on that December. Is that right, Ms. Blaylock? We can set a date on when it'll go into effect, but I have talked to Chad Anderson, so their construction will be done in November.
You got a car
No,
wash at
well,
the corner.
October the 1st.
Yeah, it said November 1st.
Yeah, well, they'll be done in October with their construction at the new school.
It's October now, you mean November?
Yeah, they'll be done in
It'll be
October.
done
This-
by the end of
the end
this
of
month.
October.
Once again, Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
and I think one of the biggest impact that we had on Bell Road from Bond Road to Troy was the school being built. That put a lot of traffic on Bell Road. So I'm looking at, when you look at the landmass on Bell, someone coming to talk, on Bell Road, when we talk about development, housing, when we talk about the economic development, the projects that we have bought in from, that's out in District 4, all this economic, these jobs that we're bringing in. So we're limiting where we're going. I think we can push it. I know District 4 and 3 would love to see it in West Montgomery, but when we're talking about shutting down development, what are we sending to the developers that's looking in to come into Montgomery? I understand the traffic. I can agree with you on the traffic. I got stuck out there at the grand opening of the school. So I understand, but to say a moratorium, I guess it's a moratorium.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
On construction on Bell Road, I just think we need to consider that and think about what we're doing long term.
Well, and let me share this, Rondé, and you also need to consider the 880 homes that are in Brighton Estates. You need to consider the 120 homes that are in Bell Station, the 50 that are in Norris Farms. Rondé, I don't know how many you guys have in Fairfield.
1,000.
1,000. You've got 1,000 in Summerhill. You got to consider the residents as well.
Yeah, well, let me ask this question. Is there a way just saying that, we still take this approach, but that because anytime somebody start construction, they have to go and get a license to start construction. Can we have something put that they bring that before us instead of just putting a moratorium altogether out? But you don't think that would be that will work to have them, like we do a liquor license. They apply for event center, the business license automatically tell them, hey, you need to go before the council before you do anything. They cannot approve it, even spend your money over there. So you know how we have that agreement with them. Is there something we can do that
Well, they go to
whenever
planning.
Well, the building
They go
permit,
to, they go to planning now,
Right. But
right?
You're
So they go to
paying for it.
planning
they
before they
actually
come
go
to
to the
us.
permitting office so they can start the construction.
building. I mean, if they already zoned, they only do planning
Hey,
if the
Rhonda.
zoning is wrong. But if the zoning is right,
How much land?
can we do that?
I have a question for Mr. Mitchell. How much land do you think is undeveloped on Bell Road? We're not talking about a lot. We're not talking about a lot of land.
I don't think them will do.
And if the city of Montgomery is waiting on that revenue off of Bell Road to be able to survive, we're all in trouble.
I don't believe you ain't got much left there.
Well, there's not. There's a couple of spots, Charlie.
Yeah, and we just turned
we
down,
just- yeah,
we just
we
turned down the
the
development due to
40
traffic.
some odd development.
Right, and so can we do?
Okay.
it can't
I think you
So can we do
answered your own
that?
question.
Well, and then
man.
let me ask this quick question too before we move on. I'm sorry, I know we want to move on. When do you think we're gonna have the study and the infrastructure updates?
And
Because
that's gonna-
we need to know what
That
we're
would
talking
come from
about.
Robert Smith, correct, Mayor, on the MPO?
Yes.
So we'll have to wait to hear about that when he come back.
We can move it to the back of the agenda if you
Okay.
guys want to, but my vote
Yeah,
ain't
I think
changing.
you,
Yes.
we'll put it back in the agenda. Let's go to number 5.
Okay.
Number 4. Madam Clerk, number 4.
Item 4, resolution to maintain and confirm the neutrality of the city of Montgomery towards its residents.
All right, this has got a substitute, right?
Yes.
Mr. Lyons?
Yes.
Mr. Lyons?
Mr. President,
Okay, Mr. Lyons?
How do we?
this is Mr. Calhoun.
Mr. Calhoun, I was just, wait a minute, Mr. Calhoun. All right, hold it.
You don't put it up for
Mr. Calhoun, you got input on this?
Yeah, I think, Mr. Lyons, explain to me what you're trying to do with them.
Well, it's pretty self-explanatory.
No, I want you to explain it to me.
I'm trying to keep the city from being sued by denying the right for any other group or whatever to have displays or banners. I've pounded the city of Boston in for the last month or two. You've read it. I don't even know why you're asking me the question. You should know the answer by now.
No, I wasn't here now.
No, you've been here. I've sent all this information to all the different councils.
I'm asking you the question to get clarification.
The clarification is I'm trying to protect the city from being sued for violation
So who you
of.
think gonna sue the city?
If you look at the case of the city of Boston, Shirley for city of Boston, that occurred, and they denied a group to fly a certain flag, display a certain banner, and I just figured it'd be smart just to say, we're gonna stay out of it, we're just gonna be neutral, all across the board. That's what I'm trying to accomplish.
Strictly a neutral.
And we kind of approved one of these at the last meeting, isn't it right? Didn't we?
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
This is a
can
water
I
down.
can I
bill.
speak to this
hold
for
it.
a second?
Mayor, you're up.
I may have missed this at the last meeting, so forgive me if you all have covered it. I don't understand why a resolution is needed to confirm the neutrality for the city of Montgomery, the chief executive officer for the city. We're always looking to do those things that are legal and ethical so that we aren't sued. Now, to that degree, we get sued quite often. Whether it's somebody hitting a pothole, or whether it's somebody that didn't like a tree that fell down in their, on their street, in their neighborhood, or whether or not it's someone who doesn't like the way the angle of the street is made, and they believe they had an accident because of how we designed the street. So there's no resolution you can draw up that's going to prevent any lawsuit from anybody who wants to file one. The second thing is it relates to the city taking note of different initiatives, whether it is the war in Israel right now, or whether it is something else that may come up tomorrow or the next week. The city has a right to speak in support of any issue, and the city, reserves the right to address whatever issue that may impact any group of residents, whether those are, again, threats to synagogues or other houses of worship, or whether those are threats to any particular group, or whether it's in support of any charitable cause or anything that is going. So I think to pass this resolution is unneeded and unnecessary, and I don't think that it's in the best interest for the city to take this type of approach when that is the job of the mayor as well as the entire staff to run this city day in and day out. I think it's outside the purview of the council itself.
Well, I would disagree with you, Mayor, because we did have a display of banners outside City Hall for a period of time, and that opened up the door where it could be ISIS wanting to come fly one, or another group that wanted to fly one that people wouldn't agree with their ideology or political viewpoints or whatever. And I just felt like the best thing to do is draw up a neutrality agreement where we don't pick sides. It's like a football game. We want you to play football. We don't want to hear your personal views, your political points, or whatever. And that's why I put it up, and I'd like you to vote on it. If you vote for it, fine. If you don't, that's fine too.
Well, let me say this as it relates to something, a display. I think that Eddie Compton, who was the policy advisor for mayor's office, submitted a very simple policy that no flag be flown on the flagpole, but the city, state, and government flag. So if the issue is around a flag that was flown or any other banner, whether it was POWMIA flag or anything else, that was presented before and submitted to the council just to vote on that itself, that just the city, state, and American flag be the only things that are allowed to fly on the flagpoles, which I support. I don't think we need a neutrality agreement
on the front steps there. It didn't involve with any other property on city property. Light poles, we pay the power bill on those light poles, so we basically lease them, I would assume. We pay the power bill. But I mean, I say let's vote on it. If you want to veto it, that's fine. If y'all don't want to vote for it, that's fine. But I'm going to raise my hand and vote.
I need a motion
Hey,
to,
Charlie, I have one question. Mayor, can you repeat that? Did you say we saw a resolution from Eddie?
It was submitted.
Yeah, we did. It was, I'm sorry, Mayor. Glenn, we approved and unanimously voted in favor of no flags being flown other than, like he stated.
That only dealt with the 3 flagpoles on the front porch.
Mm-hmm. And those that are really just like what is happening up here. So it was a resolution came to the council, which was, it could have just went through the mayor's office in the first place for a request to fly the Christian flag, but it was a resolution that came up from the council about the Christian heritage flag. And it kind of became an issue of, because of the fountain and all of these other things, so it became a little bit racially motivated in my opinion. And that's what this resolution still looks as if it is. But we're going to vote on it today, so.
all right, I need a motion.
Motion approved.
A motion to approve, all in favor, raise your hand.
Wait a minute, which one?
Motion was made, voted on the
We're
motion.
going to vote
Now, they need a substitute.
Council,
the substitute.
All right, vote
you've
on the
got to make a
substitute.
motion to adopt and then a motion to substitute.
Okay, a motion to adopt,
Get a motion to substitute.
and then a motion to substitute.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now voting on the substitute.
And now I want to
Wait,
vote on
I'm
the
sorry.
substitute.
Wait, before we vote. I thought this was the substitute for the one that we approved at the last council meeting.
This is a substitute for the one that Brantley presented to us, Mr. Lyons.
I thought we was just changing the one that we had last week.
That's basically what this is.
Number 5 is the one that you're thinking about last week. That one got carried over also.
No. I'm talking about
She's
the
talking
simple
about
one that
flags.
just talked about the flags.
That's
I
an
thought
or-
we was changing it to include
No.
the telegram poles and the flag poles.
It was an ordinance that was adopted, just addressing the 3 flags out front.
This is totally different.
Okay.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
before you call for a vote, I want to go back to something Mr. Lyons has said now. There's some, there's something else here now. We don't want to take sides. We have a city seal that says birthplace of the civil rights movement that I sign off on every day, and we're going to sit here and we're going to say that we don't want to take sides. The city seal says birthplace of the Cradle of Confederacy. I'm sorry, the Cradle of the Confederacy. So
both,
we proclaim, just 1 second, we proclaim proudly the birthplace of the Confederacy. All right? So a group of people who tried to overthrow the United States government, we had that on our city seal.
You know, we also have BLM on the fountain down there.
Listen,
and they're in the
I'm
news
just talking about
all
the city
over
seal.
support
I'm just talking about the city
destruction of
seal.
Israel.
I'm just talking about the
Can you
city
imagine
seal.
The city seal was revised.
The city seal that the council at that time,
Revised.
voted for. I understand it predated most of us on the council, maybe even everyone on the council. But you can't say now, we don't want to take sides when the city seal boldly said that we have taken a side.
Well, no,
And-
Mayor, the city
we're not
seal
taking
reflects
I said, we're talking about
compromise.
political speech and.
Total compromise on city seal.
Yeah, didn't the city seal mayor say both at one time?
It says both now.
Cradle Confederate.
Hey, guys, listen.
You've done all that, okay.
Let's hold on. I'm not trying to create anything with it. But let's not compare the leaders who fought against state-sanctioned segregation, including this government, this municipal government.
This council voted that way, though, Mayor.
I understand that. I'm just saying that what was brought up was that we need to pass some level of neutrality, or some resolution of neutrality, when the city seal boldly states
that
that
was
we have
neutral.
taken
Look,
a
all I'm
position.
doing is taking what we voted on last council.
I said
that you're
I
fine
wasn't
with,
here.
And all I'm doing is expanding it to all city property, not just 3 flagpoles outside. So it shouldn't be that big of a deal. If y'all don't want to vote for it, don't vote for it. So
Okay.
motion
Let's
to-
move on.
Motion
We can
to-
talk all night.
Let's just not say the city hasn't taken a side. Again,
Well,
if the city
City's always trying to be neutral.
Well, here's what I would like to say then. My last piece then.
Okay.
And the city council can do what. Obviously, I oppose that. That's not the issue. I would then say then the city ought to reevaluate the seal that we have currently. Now let me say that for discussion amongst the council. Let me just say that, because I see a conflict here in terms of what's said here and what we currently are doing and practicing and what we symbolize with that seal. And I reject any notion of comparing a group of citizens who were fighting against state-sanctioned segregation, including this government, at the time, as being a compromise and being equated to those who tried to overthrow the United States government.
Thank you.
Period.
All right, let's move on.
So we're doing a motion to adopt as a
Yeah,
substitute.
motion to substitute, need a motion on, need a vote on the substitute. All in favor of the substitute, raise your hand.
All in favor of the substitute, raise your hand.
Vote with it.
5.
All opposed, same sign.
Going to abstain?
1 abstention.
Now voting on the main motion. All in favor, raise your hand.
All in favor?
Wait, keep them up. I have to write it down. 5. The noes. That's 3. You're
Abstain.
abstaining. 1 abstention.
Okay.
The
Next item.
Resolution carries.
Now, since we got 4 in, there's no need to really address 5, but if you look at 5,
Withdrawing
it
5?
addresses all kinds.
Gonna withdraw 5?
Excuse me?
You gonna withdraw 5?
Withdraw 5.
Okay. Item number 6.
Item 6, hearing on proposed ordinance rezoning one lot located at
Hold,
155
hold, hold,
Coliseum
hold, hold,
Boulevard
hold.
from an
hold it,
O1 to
hold,
B2Q
Ms. Clerk,
district.
I had someone who will speak on number 5. You still want to speak, Ms. Green?
Good evening, everybody. Mayor, council. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for consideration of number 5. But for a point of clarification, I think it was Councilwoman Johnson stated that she thought it was racially motivated. As a matter of fact, I agree with the mayor, which is, but at any rate, the whole idea behind me even coming here and proposing it was because of our Christian heritage upon which the civil rights was based upon. And I simply wanted to recognize the month of November and fly the Christian flag in honor of the civil rights struggle, which was the birthplace here in Montgomery, Alabama. So my motivation was not race. It was simply to lift up the name of Jesus and give honor to our Christian heritage that we have here in the city of Montgomery. But I thank you all for your support. And just a point of clarification, does the number 4 cover the 8 light poles outside, meaning that we still can't fly flags on those? Is that considered and covered under this?
Yes.
That'd be my conclusion, it's all city property.
Yes.
Okay.
And just to be clear, Mr. Green, I wasn't saying that your resolution that you presented was racially motivated. I'm talking about the resolution that Mr. Lyons presented to us about excluding and becoming neutral.
Okay. Well, appreciate it. Thank you for the point of clarification.
Thank
You
you,
all
Mr.
have a
Green.
blessed day. Thank you for your
Have a
time.
good day, Ms. Green.
Mayor.
Item number 6.
Council.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, Ms. Green. Item number 6.
6 is hearing on proposed ordinance rezoning one lot located at 155 Coliseum Boulevard from an O1 district to a B2Q district.
All right. This is a hearing. It's a public hearing on this item. Anyone would like to speak? Go ahead, Ms. Grant. Your name for the record.
My name is Grant Sullivan, and I represent the landlord and the tenants on the property on Coliseum at Pelzer. I'd like to introduce, if I could, Mr. President, the clients that are actually leasing this property, if they would stand up in the back here. This is Brian Smith, and I'd like to say it's his daughter, but I think she's a little older than that. This is Kayla Matthews. They currently own 3 children's centers, Kids Dynasty and Hope Christian Children's Learning Centers, and they're going to use this property, which is an old bank on the corner of Coliseum and Pelzer. They're going to be using it for a daycare center for children. I've talked to the neighbors, and all the neighbors are just tickled to death to have them there. I've talked to Mr. Lyons, and he's approved the use of the property, and we would ask you to rezone the property.
Okay. This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declared public hearing's been held. It's before the council. Mr. Lyons, any motion?
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Ordinance is adopted.
Good luck with the business.
Thank you. Thank you.
Item 7, hearing on proposed ordinance rezoning one lot located at 3046 Wilmington Road from an R75 district to an R60M district.
Good evening. My name is Angela Jackson. I purchased this lot back in May, and I request that we rezone it to multifamily versus the single-family zoning that it currently has.
I have,
7.
this is a public hearing. I have for people signed up to talk on this item. Please give me numbers. Libby Crawford, that's you. Cortez. Ms. Cortez. That's you, Ms. Cortez. Your name, please?
My name is Angela Jackson.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm the owner of the lot.
Okay. Libby Crawford Cortez, you here?
Missy Cole?
Come up. please.
Actually, Mr. President, anybody that's opposed to it
Yeah, just come
can
up.
come up to the
Yeah.
podium and have one representative speak for the group.
That'd be good.
That would be great. Yeah, anybody that's opposed,
But all of y'all still need to come.
yes. Everybody that's opposed that is here at the meeting, please come to the podium.
Oh, wow.
To the side, Ms. Jackson, and let them
Yeah,
come
let
up.
them.
I actually had a presentation also.
We'll after that, let's see. You got, all of you opposed to this issue? The entire group opposed? All right. we know that you're opposed. That's good enough
Do
for
you
us.
have a spokesperson that would like to say something, 3 minutes to say something, one person, or? Okay, that's fine.
That's fine.
Come on.
Minute apiece, yeah, just quickly.
I will be quick, I promise. Good afternoon. My name is Mitzi Cole. I and my husband and our son have been South Hole residents for the past 20-plus years. We do thank you for allowing us to take some time this afternoon to express our concerns regarding the rezoning request. In our opinion, no compelling reason has been provided to rezone this property. We are very interested in maintaining the integrity and historical character of our already vibrant 90-plus-year-old neighborhood that does not need revitalization, and we want to protect our values of our homes. We certainly welcome Ms. Jackson to become a resident of South Hole, but we do not welcome her plans for a fourplex or a duplex. Ms. Jackson has not provided site plans, engineering plans, architectural plans, or anything that would provide relevant information for her plans for this property. Presented before the Planning Commission when we met back in August was a letter from a real estate professional and general contractor with 50 years of experience that stated that the draining ditch that is located directly behind the proposed fourplex would be overwhelmed and would negatively impact the properties that are on the other side of that draining ditch as well as the neighborhood.
Did we start the time? She already had 3 minutes?
Her minute, you said.
Oh,
1
minute, okay, 1 minute.
So
Anybody
her-
else want to speak? I was going to just split it up. Pull the microphone so we can hear you.
I have a
That's okay, go
I
ahead.
have a PowerPoint presentation.
Oh, you have a PowerPoint?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, let's do it.
I'll try to make it fast.
Okay, good deal. Mike, you got it up?
What was your name, ma'am?
Libby Crawford Cortez. I live on South Hall. Okay, so one of the reasons that we oppose this is that we already have too many vacant rentals. Next slide. So the rental market saturation in the city of Montgomery is very large. As you can see, I just checked these numbers as of today on apartments.com. There are almost 1,500 apartments available in the city. On Realtor.com, there are 261 rentals available. And on Zillow, there are over 400 rentals available. Craigslist has 500. Next slide. Alabama is the 4th in the country for raw vacancy rate. More than 18% of all housing units in the state are empty. Oop. Can you go back? Thank you. More than 18% of all housing units in the state are empty. Montgomery has a rental vacancy rate of 12%.
Can you keep it up?
Sorry.
Well, you only have 1 minute anyway.
Well, we'll see what you got. We'll let you finish this page here.
Okay. Montgomery has a rental vacancy rate of 12% compared to a homeowner vacancy rate of 1.8.
Okay.
That's good enough.
Interesting information you've got here.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So the proposal.
I think we see the problem. You've got a lot of rental property in the neighborhood.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. We do have a lot of rental properties. Like Ms. Jackson showed on her map. We can skip to the next slide, please. So here is our neighborhood. South Hall, bordered by Norman Bridge, Edgemont, Fairview, and Southport. As you can see, it's all R75 single family, except for 3 properties that are bordering the main thoroughfares, the exterior areas. The property that she's rezoning or wanting to rezone is the red circle. You can see that everything in there is all R75S.
Okay.
The apartments that exist, the duplexes that exist, were grandfathered in before the current zoning laws.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
That was all.
Next slide.
Any more? One more slide.
A couple more. So to go from R75S to R60,
We don't need that much information.
Hey, Mr. President, can
Let's move on.
I make a motion to
Yeah.
deny?
Mr. President, I have one quick question, Mr. President.
Before, we had to declare the public hearing has
Yes,
been held.
that's true. Yeah.
We understand, everybody here is against the issue, right? All of you? Okay.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll declare the public hearing's been held. It's brought before the council. Now we have conversation.
Mr. President, before you move, I think,
I'm gonna let her come back.
Yeah, because she said she had a
She's
presentation.
the owner. Okay.
I have a question for those that oppose. How did the property look, or how was the property before she purchased this property? What did it look like?
The house, it was a single-family house that burned.
And is it still there?
It's burned to the ground, yes.
And so if she doesn't do anything with this property, what's going to happen with that area?
Well, we were hoping she'd build a single-family home.
But if she don't, I'm just saying, if she doesn't, if she say, hey, my plans was to do what I intended, and if I can't do what I intended, I'm not going to build, what's the next step for the community?
Maybe she would sell it to us as a pocket park or something.
Okay, I just want to, because I don't like to see blighted property or burned property, and that's why I was asking.
No, and I'm sure the community would come together to find some kind of solution.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Jackson?
I have a presentation.
Okay. Ms. Jackson's presentation.
I do want to address why that presentation is coming, the vacancy rate, some of the demographics of the rentals. I've been in some of those in the neighborhood. The closet space, the living space is really small and does not meet today's renters' requirements. So I feel that me bringing a new structure with more space is something that a renter would desire. This map actually shows the multifamily or the duplexes in the neighborhood. It's a little bit more than the last map that was shown. Next slide, please. And this is just an arrow map from the architect. Next slide. So this is the site plan where the building will be erected, along with a parking and a trash plan, with the existing structures around it, from Arlington to Wilmington Road. This is also the floor plan for the structure that I plan to build on that lot.
Okay.
Next slide. This is also the front elevation. Just wanted to provide those plans to the community.
Mike, can you put this presentation on my screen?
Also, I just want an opportunity, like several of the other neighbors that own multifamilies or duplexes in the community or adjacent, to be an investor in the community. I want the same opportunity as the neighbors.
Is there a duplex next door to that property, your property?
There's 3 across the street from that lot.
I have a question, Ms. Jackson. When you went before the planning commission, did you have any of this information?
I did not have the plan.
Oh, okay.
There was an emergency, and I did not have the plans at the committee meeting.
Can we send it back to them?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so, because they voted on it, I believe. That's
They
a
voted on it?
planning.
Did they vote?
They voted.
They voted.
Without your plan?
Stops with us.
Did you have
This
this
is it.
plan when you purchased the property?
No, I did not have the plans when I purchased. I purchased the plans in May. I mean, I purchased the lot in May, and I've been working with the architect, and like I said, he had an emergency in his family, was able to get me the plans for this meeting.
How many square
I
foot?
think you'd uphold them.
How many square feet is this thing proposed to be?
For each unit, or
Then basically the whole thing on the roof.
the 17,000 square.
17,000?
17 square feet is the lot size.
No, I'm talking about the building itself. How many square feet?
4 units at 1,000 square
4
feet
units.
each.
It's gonna cost $500,000.
All right, Mr. President, I'd like
Yes.
to make a motion to deny.
Okay. All right. It's probably for the council. Need a motion? Have a
Before
motion?
we vote, question. Ms. Stacy, if it's denied here, don't she have the right to go right, wouldn't she be able to go back to planning with this paperwork? The proposed,
Plans.
plan and take it back? Will she be able to, I'm just trying to see, is this gonna shut her down completely?
Yes, I believe if you defer it back to planning, then it,
Oh, we can send it back.
then it would go back there, if that was your decision.
So we can send it back to planning?
Yes.
That's an option.
We sent it
Mr.
back
Calhoun.
to planning when Mr. President, we sent it back to planning when the planning commission took no action. So the planning commission took an action on this item, so it's now before the council. Correct. Appeal.
And I have a motion I have a motion now to deny.
Okay.
Motion to deny.
All in favor of the motion, raise your hand.
Six.
All opposed?
I'm opposed to it.
Any opposition? You vote to that? Who's the other vote? Are you abstaining or you voting?
I'm abstaining.
Okay.
6 is abstaining. I'm still missing one person.
2, 3.
I voted.
I don't have Mr. Lyons. Mr. Lyons, your vote.
He was voting in favor.
No, he didn't. He didn't vote anything.
Mr. Lyons, you
He's
vote?
debating.
I voted to deny,
Oh, he said
Okay.
he voted to deny.
Okay.
Okay, so that's going to be 7 yeses.
We upheld the planning commission.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Motion to deny is upheld.
Okay.
Motion carries.
But you can go back, Ms. Jackson, to them and take this information so they can maybe give you a different opportunity to work some with the community.
Okay.
Ms. Jackson, I'm sorry, were you here with the discussion about the historic, were you here earlier?
Yes, I was.
I would advise that you kind of get with them and talk about it. I know that it's your property. I mean, I understand, but, maybe just talk to them and see what that looks like, and they said they would mind partnering with you or something like that, so maybe just check it out.
Thank you.
Go to their neighborhood association meeting.
Item 8, hearing on proposed ordinance rezoning one parcel containing 0.56 acres located on the southwest corner of Highway 80 East and Mosley Drive from an Act 1 district to a B2 district.
Roy Moore here, please. You signed up, Mr. Moore. Trying to do office space. Representative for this item. Yes, sir, please talk to me.
Mr. Moore.
Your name, Mr. Moore?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Your name for the record, sir?
Yes, my name is Leroy Moore.
Okay. Now, is it in my district?
It's on the south side of
That's Highway 80 East.
Yes, it is.
Mosley Drive. Must be in PJ.
Are you in the city limits there?
Yes, Montgomery.
Is it right before you get to Handy Nursery out on 80 or Tim?
It's south of the wall exit, where before you get to the overpass.
Okay.
That's in PJ. That's in the PJ. That's not in the city.
Yeah. Tell us what you're trying to do with it.
Okay, actually, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to rezone to a B2. Right now, it's just agriculture.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a hard time deciding where it's at. You're close to the outer loop?
Yes,
Okay. These maps don't show the outer loop here. They took no action on it, 'cause they didn't.
Are you east of the outer loop?
Yes.
Okay.
I was.
Are you?
No, you'd be west of the outer loop, please.
I was gonna say, do you know where that corn feed is?
Yes,
Okay, it's
Yeah.
across the street from there.
yeah. Oh, you're on the other side of the interstate.
No, I'm right next to the corn feed.
Oh, okay, you're on the same side as cornfield.
Same side, yeah.
I know where he's talking about.
Right there on the corner. Right there on the.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Charlie, he's before you get to that service road that runs.
Mr. President, can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
What's your intended use here, Mr. Moore?
Used car.
Actually change it, I want to rezone to a B2 and build a commercial building.
Okay. What are your plans with that operation?
Excuse me?
What are you
Car lot?
planning to operate? What business? What
Oh.
type of business?
Or car business?
Car business?
Yes.
Like used cars?
Yes.
Charlie, you're right next to a go-kart place. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
The
uh-huh.
corn feed. I mean, there's not much residential in that.
No, it's nothing, it's just.
There's
a-
one
it's
street right
Business location.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
right.
let's go ahead.
Mr. President.
We got a public hearing on this thing. Here, This is a public hearing. Anyone who would like to speak
No,
against this item, please come
that's it,
forward.
no. That's the one that runs parallel.
Seeing none, declare the public hearing been held. Proper with council.
Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
Move for approval.
Have a motion to adopt. All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Ordinance is adopted.
Good luck with business, sir.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Item 9,
Okay, that's what
canvassing
we're
the
gonna do.
returns of the municipal election. Council, I have put before you the paperwork. We canvassed the
Okay.
provisional ballots at noontime today. There were 3 provisional ballots counted out of 20. 2 of those went to the council-elect Riley, 1 went to Mrs. Bell. So the first resolution before you is a resolution canvassing the returns of municipal runoff election stating that Mrs. Frenetta Delaney Riley won that election.
Okay.
Okay, motion to suspend the rules.
Have a motion to suspend the rules. All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is
carries.
adopted.
Okay.
The next one, council, is the resolution presenting certificate of election to Frenetta Delane Riley for City Council Member District 4.
Okay.
Motion to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
Okay. Next item.
Item 10, ordinance amending section 6-4 of the Code of Ordinances, business license requirements for rental halls and event centers.
Show cause tonight?
No, sir, number 10.
10, I'm sorry. Mr. Grimes, go ahead.
Okay, this ordinance is kind of so we can put some rules with the rental business, the event centers. Do we have anybody, Charlie, we have anybody sign up to speak?
Yeah, we do. We have an event center. That's all I got there. That's all I got. I got somebody. Well, all I got.
Come on up, Miss
sign is
Angela.
event center.
Come on.
On 10?
You can only speak
Item
on one
10?
item.
Excuse me?
One item.
One item. Look, I got 4 on there. Good evening, Councilman.
Okay, item 10.
I'm Miss Exford. I'm with South Johnson Neighborhood Association and also South Montgomery Neighborhood Alliance. I was in the work session today, and I think we need these provisions in place because we're being run over by event centers, which eventually request liquor license, which eventually become renter bars because individuals are having parties and bringing all this alcohol on the property with no security, no control. Is getting out of hand. So we really need to limit where they are, how far they can be apart, because we all need sleep. We're not getting enough sleep around here with all this going on. I understand they want these event centers. However, at the end of the day, they want that liquor license. And that liquor license bring chaos to that community, and you're gonna have a lot of calls, elected officials. Also MPD, you're gonna have a lot of calls too as well. We support you 100%, but we wanna decrease what you're having to face with these event centers.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. Okay, Cruz Reeves.
Thank you, Angela.
Cruz Reeves, Midtown Alliance. To keep from being redundant, I pretty much say what she says.
Good job, Cruz.
She covered it well.
Glad you spoke, Cruz.
And I guess you are an event center. I don't see your name on anywhere.
All right.
Your name's for the record, sir?
I am George Howell. I am a member of the Somerset Homeowners Association. I'm the president of the East Montgomery Alliance, and I'm a member of the Board of Adjustment also. We're here to support this resolution to establish more control over event centers. We have one adjacent to our neighborhood, and despite the best intentions of people in event centers, sometimes they're expressed in this room. Event centers can get out of hand easily, and they need more control. And we appreciate the efforts of Mr. Grimes and Mr. Mitchell in bringing this resolution or to change the ordinance. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
George.
Okay, I need a motion.
Motion to adopt.
Have motion to suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Wait a minute. Hands back up. Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
Okay.
Item 11, show cause hearing on the proposed revocation of the business license of Oral Lounge, 5480 Atlanta Highway.
Okay, anybody, see we got anybody here for that one? Yeah, we got some people here to talk from that. Representative, anyone here to talk on this item? Who's here from item number 11? We got 7 people here.
The police department.
Okay, police department, I got, see who we got. Where did you see 7 over here? I don't see
Mike, get the show ready.
one person there, isn't it? Number 11. I don't see one person, I guess there's 4. Okay,
All right. Charlie.
okay, let's go ahead. Police department, tell us what's going on at the Aurora Club.
Good evening, council. The Aurora Lounge located at 5480 Atlanta Highway, which is located in our Sector A, Police District 6. This is a brief summary of 6 months to the day of what we've seen from that property. Next slide. So calls for service. The police department has responded to that property 107 times as logged within the past 6 months, and out of those, 47 were calls that were dispatched. The rest, the remaining 60 were self-initiated by patrols and units that were in the area and saw cause to put themselves out to address something on the property. Next. 7 of the calls for service were burglary alarm calls. We have had 1 subject shot, which Captain Resort will cover later, and 1 call for a subject with a gun, 1 for shots fired, 2 vehicle burglaries, cars that are broken into in the parking lot, stolen vehicle, criminal mischief, 13 general disturbances, multiple other calls for investigations, including multiple noise complaints that maybe weren't documented with a police call but came before city council and so forth. The majority of the calls for service that we're talking about today are with those time frames from 11 o'clock at night till about 2:30 in the morning. Next slide. So one thing we talked about a month ago with the business owners was traffic was a large problem, and so we met and proposed a solution to temporarily help them, and that was to offer barricades free of charge, free delivery, free pickup, with the understanding that they would eventually get their own barricades. And so we've done that. We've held up our end on the city. City maintenance has delivered 40 to 50 wooden barricades, which is a huge resource. And they did use them in the parking lot. My understanding is that they did provide some employees to staff those so the police department wouldn't have to. We had some success with that strategy. However, we've had to recall those barricades and reallocate them to the fair. And what I don't know is if you've made arrangements to get your own barricades. I don't know if they've entered an agreement with the city. City maintenance couldn't advise me today if they've come up with an agreement with the city or not. Maybe you know more about that. And so that's something that we're really advocating, if we're going to keep the business open, that we continue to mandate that use of those barricades to keep out the traffic. And I'm going to turn it over. And if there's questions for me, I'll take questions, but I'm going to turn it over.
How about the shooting? Okay, gotcha.
Yes, sir. So Captain Resort's going to talk about a recent shooting.
Okay.
Last slide, please. So going back to the 6th, Friday going into Saturday, this past weekend,
we had a call for service for a disturbance in the parking lot. Units responded to the parking lot to address this, and while they were there, the unit, the actual supervisor that was there heard gunfire in the parking lot. It was actually located in the front of the business and called that out. In viewing body camera footage and camera footage from that, you can clearly hear the gunfire in very close proximity to the law enforcement officers that were on scene. Also, numerous patrons were fleeing the business, which made it extremely chaotic for officers to handle the scene. But we sent numerous police units, overtime units and whatnot, out to that area to address this issue. On the scene, we found numerous shell casings that were consistent with rifle shell casings, 223 rounds and whatnot, which were collected as evidence and submitted, and we'll submit the ballistics and see what we can come with that through our criminal investigations. We also took some DVR systems from the business, which they cooperated and allowed us to have access to these, so we can view it to see if an actual shots were fired from inside the business, which we have not been able to confirm at this time, but the investigation on that is ongoing. We did make contact with the management. Again, these gentlemen were not there. It was, I guess, the property management, so we had no contact with them at that time. However, the business manager, I think, identified Mr. Caffey was the one that we spoke with on the scene, and he relinquished all this information to us. Again, this is an active investigation. 2 people were confirmed on the scene, one of which was self-driven to the hospital, and the other one was located on scene by the units.
Thank you, sir. Mike, you got those videos from a couple of months ago?
Now, Mike, when you play the videos, I'd like to see it on my screen. I still don't have anything on my screen.
Go ahead, Mike. Tune it up. There you go.
I don't know.
Also, Council, I wanted to add, and I forgot to add, that security members were observed carrying long guns, AR-style, assault-style weapons on the property by police units there.
What's the date of this event?
Probably 2 or 3 months ago.
A month ago? So,
2 or 3 months ago, probably.
no, we don't need that part.
That part of the video?
I don't know what that is, Mike.
Okay, I've seen that. Okay. Mr. Grimes, go ahead.
Guys, we talked about out there that things had to change and hadn't changed. They're just, one of y'all want to speak? One of y'all from the club want to speak? They all work there.
Yeah, what, all these people standing up, what's the purpose?
Do y'all all work there?
Y'all employees of the,
Okay.
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 And you're not, what, the hands up, you held your hand up, what was it? You work there too? Okay. All right.
Now, ma'am, who do you? Let's let the lady from Big Lot speak, Charlie.
Okay. I need to. It's not a public.
Come on up,
hearing.
ma'am.
Come up and talk. Big
Guys,
lots.
move out of the way.
Big lots. Step aside. Let the lady behind you come up, please.
Hey, my name's Holly Mann. I'm the store manager for Big Lots. You know, it hits me pretty hard seeing these employees back there. I've actually tried to go into the bar and speak to the bar owners at times. We have an issue with the trash, and I do want to say the barricades have been a big help for that. I'm talking about broke bottles, glass doors from cars. We've had 2 or 3 cars that were broke into that the cops came to look for footage from our cameras. Beer bottles, just trash. We've had 3 employees get, busted or pop tires. We'll spend a good hour, 3 employees just picking up trash. I mean, every Saturday morning, every Friday morning. You know, as a company, you know, Big Lots is trying to make some business, and business isn't great right now, but, you know, a Saturday morning or a Friday morning or a Sunday morning, customers roll up and, you know, they talk about how trashed our parking lot is. And even though we're not given the payroll to do that, we take the time to clean that parking lot. Also beside the building, the back of the building, for the homeless community and all that, so we're constantly picking up trash. But the barricades were very helpful. I'd hate to see anyone lose their jobs, but you know, a lot of the times at night when we leave, if we're in the building 10, 11 o'clock, you know, we don't feel safe leaving. There's a lot of commotion.
Okay.
A lot of times they park in the fire zone right in front of our store. And it's very frustrating. So I would like to see maybe a resolution for the parking lot, maybe not closed, but I just wanted to come and really speak on Big Lots' behalf and our property manager too. Because, you know, we just can't pick trash up and broke bottles, and my customers need to feel safe coming in and out of the building and out of the parking lot. So
Okay.
that's all
Thank
I
you,
wanted to
ma'am.
say.
And, ma'am, thank you. I got a comment, Mr. President. Boomerang was there before it was oral. That parking lot is gonna always be a parking lot that targets groups going. So what happens when they close and those car clubs still go to that parking lot? Do you close Big Lots?
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Because it happened at Big Rock and Jump. They're gonna go to a new parking lot every time. So do we close every establishment because car clubs or people that are hanging out are going? The reason they're doing that because they have nowhere to go, right?
Well,
And so
Marsha,
they're gonna continuously do it.
we shut this down for about 6 or 8 weeks, and there was no problem in the parking lot. And the lady at Big Lot could confirm that their parking lot was clean, and we had no problem in the parking lot when that club was closed. So it's like a bee to the hive. I mean, that is the hive, and the bees come.
Okay.
All right, guys, one of y'all speak.
One of you.
We have employed folks just to take care of trash.
Get
from
close to the
park.
microphone, please.
We have resources actively surfing the parking lot to make sure there's no debris. That's one of the instructions before we open the club and after, making sure that the entire lot, not just the proximity within Aura, but entire lot has been siphoned thoroughly.
The only thing I dispute you there, Mr. Renfro, Charlie, we both talked to Mr.
Oh, yeah.
Renfro. He would
Renfro's
not agree
upset.
with that statement at all.
And based on the discussion, we started inheriting the barricade option,
Yeah.
and which kind of controlled the flow, I believe.
Well, guys, unfortunately, this has been a roller coaster ride for more than 2 years.
If I may.
Go ahead.
We totally understand, and there's been a lot of deliberation among ourselves, the partners, because this is not exactly a ward function for us. We totally understand that, and there is an active pursuit going on from our side to slowly transition away from nightclub towards more conventional, sports bar where we are respected in the community. That's the decision we have made. We're halfway through. We're making progress. It's unfortunate what happened the incident, because there was miscommunication. We're not even supposed to be open. But that all said, we're actively working on transition. We don't want to be in this as well. That's our...
I need his name for the record, please.
Ma'am?
I need
Your
his
name.
Your name, Jamari.
Sir, need name.
My name is Raghav Gomatam.
Okay.
Charlie, I have a quick question.
Yes, sir.
The shooting to Montgomery Police Department on October the 6th, we have 2 sectors in town, right? Sector A and Sector B.
Yes, sir.
Ballpark, how many people were working that night? I assume that's Sector A side? Just ballpark. It's hard, I know. 14, 16?
Per side, yes, sir. And then detail
And,
units
and
and
when you
things.
respond to someone shot, how many out of that 14 go?
As many as are available, sir.
So Alpha has, the east side has nobody riding on this particular club. In essence, we don't have anybody riding the neighborhoods because we all responded.
In this case, a police officer called out active shots being fired, so every
Everybody
available
goes.
resource went to that.
So that costs you
Yes, sir.
big money, big money.
It's just a lot of resources, guys.
Well,
and we're in
in
the
reality, we
numbers
can't
we're
afford
at.
this thing like it is now. You've got to change it, or we got to close it up. You know, we can't afford to have you here. Pure and simple. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm an employee. I've been employed with him at his other restaurant also. I'm also a felon. And I've been arrested multiple times, but since I've been employed with him, I haven't been arrested all 3 years, not even one time. Okay, first we're talking about starting with the clubs, but we need to start with the community. Obviously, it's a gun problem. It's not only us. Didn't ASU just have somebody shot in the face the same night? The same night. How can we stop it? We trying. We're hiring people. You talking about taking our jobs. I mean,
Understand that. We got to get it stopped,
so
though.
ain't it the police job
Yes.
to protect? We
Okay.
call when stuff happens, we call.
Need her name.
We
Well-
do what we're supposed to do.
Your name for the record?
Stephanie Morgan.
Okay, Mike Morgan. We hear you talking. We understand all that.
Yes, it is.
But the reality of it, when you
But
got
like she
the
said,
entire
we close
police
down,
force
they're
going
gonna
over
move
there.
to another club area. They go from the Velvet Room to every other club. It's not gonna stop.
We may
But
have to
we're
close
gonna
them
be
all.
without jobs.
All right, thank you for your input. Okay.
Mr. President and Council, just add, I just really want y'all to take into account, because I know this is past time and a lot of people are, anyway. The ages of 18 to 30 in the city has no entertainment, nothing whatsoever to do. So the moment we continue to close down entertainment venue or club venue or moment we keep doing, they're gonna come back with the event centers, they're gonna have those parties, the car club's gonna go to another spot, they'll be in big lots because they don't have anywhere to go. They'll go back to Rock and Jump, they're going to continually do it. They have parties at Eastdale Mall. We're having these same conversations, council meeting after council meeting. We have to come up with a solution on what that looks like. Is it us investing in some entertainment for this age group? Is this us helping and giving a tax break or a tax opportunity to somebody that wants to come in and invest? But we have to do something, because this is gonna get worse. The more we close, the worse it's gonna get.
We're just asking for one police car.
Mr. Calhoun.
Mr. President.
Yeah,
Mr.
we don't
Calhoun.
have police car.
Hold it. Mr. Calhoun.
Mr. President,
Yeah.
I just want to make this statement because it seems like people don't understand, the community don't understand, the club owners don't understand. We're not in the business to close you down. It's in your best interest to run your business like you want to stay open. When we get these kind of calls coming before, we gave you a license to do business, right? Okay, so it's up to you to keep your license to do business. It's not like we're closing them down to move you somewhere. Wherever they go, if they move to another location, it's up to those owners to operate their business. It's business. It's business. So if you can't operate and control your crowd, sometimes we get caught up in trying to chase this dollar. And we allow everybody to come in. But I hear what he's saying. I want to now open up a sports bar in a different class. But maybe when you close this down, come back as a sports bar. But I mean, we can't keep allowing it. You was here 2-3 months ago with these same issues. And nothing changed. We can't have every officer in the city of Montgomery because we got shots fired because you're not operating. Yeah, we're open, grocery stores open. Anything can happen anywhere, but it's up to the owners and the people that's managing this property to run your business like it needs to be ran. And then it comes you falling on the mercy of this council. Well, I'm out of a job. No, it's up to you to keep their jobs, not this council. We got to protect the citizens and protect them. I wouldn't want to work there with this kind of action going on. So that's my comment. We're not trying to put nobody out of work and out of job, but it's up to the management and the owners to keep the job.
Okay. All right.
Mr. President.
Anything else, Mr. Yeah. Mr. Grimes, you got anything else?
Suspend the rules or what can we
Huh?
vote? Can we suspend the rules or vote? What do we do?
Yeah, I called the question, suspend the rules, okay.
Motion to suspend the rules.
It's on item number 12?
Yes, number
Okay,
12.
all in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Motion to revoke their license.
All in favor, raise your hand.
A motion to adopt the resolution.
A motion to adopt the resolution.
Done.
Mr. Lyons, are you voting?
Yeah, I voted for it.
Going to be 7. I see 3 and 6. Are you abstaining?
Abstaining, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Guys, when you get a sports bar and get it together, come back and holler at us.
Good night, thank you. Item number 13,
Item 13, resolution revoking the business license of Gus's Italian Restaurant doing business as Mr. G's at 6268 Atlanta Highway and setting a show cause hearing for November the 7th, 2023 to determine if revocation should be finalized for failure to pay sales tax.
Okay. 13. I got so many papers in front of me. Okay. Representative Gus's Italian Restaurant. You with Gus? Oh,
They don't have to be here on this one. This one is just setting the show cause hearing.
okay, all right.
Ms. Comer is here if you want some input.
Well, we know they hadn't paid the bill. Have they paid the bill?
No, they have not.
Okay, that's all we need to know. All right. We need a motion to suspend the rules on this item.
Motion to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous?
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
All right, number 14.
Item 14, resolution revoking the business license of Stakeout at 2930 Cottage Hill Road and setting a show cause hearing for November the 7th to determine if revocation should be finalized for failure to pay sales tax.
You know, I don't have nobody signed up.
President, I have a question on this one. And speaking with the owners, and it's saying for failure to pay sales tax.
Right.
That is
What's the
correct.
amount? The current amount, but I think they came down to make a payment of over 3/4 of the amount on this business, right? But we refused to take the money.
We did not because they had outstanding balances way in excess of that amount, and they still would not have been able to get their business license. So they had to pay the debt in its entirety in order to get their business license.
Okay, but I'm just looking, not comparing, on 13 in the past, I know we have took payment agreements on some of these businesses, but if someone comes to make a payment, we should take the money. I mean, don't you send them back and don't take nothing, we still in this situation. When we're talking about this business, it's in a prime location in Montgomery. If they're coming to make a payment, if we close them down, they'll never make a payment.
What do they owe?
Now, they do have the option of establishing a payment agreement.
Hold up, I can't hear.
They do have the option of establishing a payment agreement. That has not been done.
That was not offered to them? Was that offered to them?
No, I mean, they have to make a petition for that.
But how many, can we talk about how far they're behind?
It's a really good bid. I can't speak of the amount.
No, the months, can we,
The months?
I mean, yeah,
They are behind actually 8 months.
8 months.
Yeah.
Holy
Yes.
moly.
But I think they came to make a payment of up to 6 months, what
Well-
they were trying to make, but we turned the payment down.
What's
So
the-
if I come in good faith to make a payment, Ed, you can't come to pay me what you owe me, and I tell you, hold on to it.
I don't know, I agree with that.
So, Mr. President, on item 14, I want to just, I'm not going to suspend the rules, I'm going to carry this over. We can see if we can come to a solution
Okay.
on item 14, because I'm not going to close the business.
Item 14 carried over. Item 15.
And also, let me say one other thing. When they do come to make a payment and they're that far behind, we ask that they make that payment in reserve funds. So they can't come and write a check. So, and I think that that's what they were trying to do.
I agree
So
with
they
you. I
got to
would
bring
take
you a
a check
certified check.
Right. They have to
Certified
pay
check.
Certified money.
certified checks.
Yeah.
And I think that was the case. So we did not accept that.
Okay. Very good.
Okay.
Item number 15.
Item 15, resolution approving and adopting the critical home repair program policy statement and procedures.
Need a
Motion to suspend the
All in
rules.
favor, raise your hand.
Motion to
Unanimous?
adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Huh?
Raise your hand.
You didn't raise your hands, Mr.
Oh,
Callahan?
ma'am.
You ain't spending the rule on it?
What item? Y'all-
15.
Item 15,
For the critical
Oh,
home
yeah,
repair?
yeah, okay.
Okay.
So what are we doing?
Unanimous on
adopting
that. Now we're voting on the main motion.
Yes.
it was unanimous?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now we need the next motion.
All in favor?
Motion to adopt.
All in favor?
She'll just put you in
Mr. Lyons, are you voting on this one?
Yeah, sure.
Unanimous, resolution is adopted. Item 16, resolution allocating up to $1.925 million in ARPA funds for projects in council districts.
Motion to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Everybody raise your hand.
Unanimous,
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
unanimous, resolution is adopted. Item 17, application for a rental hall event center license doing business as Sims Stepping into Miracles at 2241 East South Boulevard.
All right, Representative, stopping into Miracles?
Stepping into miracles. Yeah, tell me what you're trying to do.
Yes, ma'am.
What's the nature? Yes, ma'am. What's the nature of your business?
It's an event hall.
Okay, so what's your plan at this event hall? Because you just heard the conversation we had about event hall.
Yes, so I'm already assured that I'm prejudged coming up here, but...
No, I'm giving you an opportunity. I'm letting you talk.
Right, I appreciate that. The reason I did Stepping into Miracles is because of, for one, I'm 26, and with me being a mother of two, and actually saving up my money to get an event hall, being married, and seeing what my wedding turned into, that's why I named it Stepping into Miracles. I actually got inspired by that name from another level of excellence, which is...
Hello?
Right. So I decided to do somewhat the same name they did, and I named it Stepping into Miracles. I do understand the previous conversation about event halls turning into clubs. That's not what I'm trying to do. Honestly, I don't want a liquor license. You don't even have to give me a liquor license. What I'm trying to do is a birthday party, a wedding, a baby shower, bridal shower, something of that nature, not a nightclub or somewhere for car clubs or someone to hang out in. I'm doing exactly what my name speaks of. I'm making an image or a vision for the next person that's getting married, or if your daughter's having a child, when she walks in, when I decorate that building, she's gonna be stepping into a miracle. When you get married, when your wife walks in there, when you walk her down the aisle, your eyes are gonna glow because you're stepping into a miracle. I'm not getting the next event venue for the next club or for the next pumping party. Like I said, I was prejudged coming up here. Well, I'm sorry, no. The event centers and event halls are already prejudged, but this is not what I'm trying to do.
Okay, let me hear what Faye got.
I just wanted to bring it to the attention that I believe the applicant went before the Board of Adjustment on September 21st. And I think at that time, because of the close proximity to an apartment complex, they were denied because they were not, they were within 250 feet of a residential area. So they were denied at that time. And I just wanted to bring that to your attention, that they were denied by the
Mr. Jenright, that's not completely accurate. Tanya made an error on the agenda and put alcohol. The property is already zoned for an event center. The adjustment was only if there was going to be a liquor license sought after, which is not the case.
So y'all shouldn't have went before the Board of Adjustment
That is
anyway.
correct.
So it's already zoned for a liquor license?
It's already zoned for an event center.
So you don't have any license?
Right, and she is not trying to get a liquor license, nor does she want alcohol on the premises at all.
Okay, so let me ask you, are you taking this property over from someone that already has a license? This already has an event hall?
No, I'm not familiar with him having a license, but I'm familiar with the property being an event before. I've actually done a fashion show in that building before.
Mr. President, Mr. Pro Tem.
Yes, go ahead.
And Ed can make some clarity on it, but on this new ordinance, if it's stated as a rental hall or event center, they will have to apply for ABC liquor license with liability insurance. They will not be able to have a event center, period, without applying.
Right.
That's what we just passed.
Yes, that's why I ended up going for the board of the zoning, because I think that's what I was told. But like I said, I don't want to sell or make purchases of all of any sort.
And that's what I'm explaining to you. You won't have that option.
Our rule passed says you don't have an option anymore.
You will have to apply for that liquor license, and due to you being less than 250 feet away from that apartment complex, you will not be able to get a liquor license, so you will not be able to get a business license through the city of Montgomery.
That only happens if we don't vote this in tonight. If we hold this up, then that law applies to what she's asking for. Because none of this has been signed yet, right, Brenda?
That's correct.
right.
It won't,
Carry on.
that ordinance won't go into effect until the mayor signs it and it's advertised.
Yeah, but understand, but
See,
in
if you wanna-
January, when
if you
January,
want to
when
vote this
January
in
comes-
tonight, we can.
No, and I'm trying to get clarification of what she's trying, because I don't understand, if it's already a event center, why you just need to go to
Mr.
the
Calhoun,
license?
it's currently an empty building, but it's zoned for an event center. And in the past, it has been an event center, but right now, it's nothing.
Okay,
It's
what
just-
was it in the past? Help me understand it.
Say that again.
What was it in the past?
Visible images, but regardless of what was there, it is zoned for an event center currently, right now,
It's
according to Tanya.
It's a zoning that allows an event center.
Okay, all right, so only
There you
thing
go,
she's
Ms.
asking
Blaylock.
for is a business license to operate an event center.
Listen, they have to come in front of us. We got to
Oh, just for her new license.
So we could vote, Cece, if you want to vote this in tonight, we could vote this in tonight.
Well, let's vote it in tonight. I move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Oh, we got,
Wait,
oh, my
Oh,
God.
what's going on?
Hey, you got
Hey,
Miss
hold up,
Angela.
let me make this statement before we vote this in. Ms. Shelby, we give you an opportunity. You saw the group that came before you. I don't have a problem with granting you a license to do what you say you're gonna do. But if you're not gonna do what you say you're gonna do, you can be back before the council. And just like we give you the opportunity to do business, we don't have a problem with revoking your license.
Correct.
All right? We understand.
Angela, you want to speak?
No,
Good evening, elected officials. My name is Angela Exford. I'm with South Montgomery Neighborhood Alliance.
I know.
When I saw this came across the city council agenda, I did email Councilman Calhoun and Councilman Mitchell too as well. We have enough of these event centers. I have nothing against you, ma'am, but I want you all to understand. They can apply and tell you what you want to hear here tonight, but they have a right to go back and ask for a liquor license, even if you're gonna turn it down in the future. If you're gonna have different events like weddings or baby showers, they can bring their own liquor in without her having to supply the liquor.
Ms. Ashford,
Yes,
did you not hear what we just passed early on? Any event center now, that's gonna be a little tricky.
I heard
Has to
it.
apply for a liquor license.
I
So
heard
if you
that.
have an event center that just wanna have church inside the event center, they gonna have to have a liquor license based on what we passed. I'm gonna take her for her word. If she's telling me she's gonna operate as an event center with babies, I'm gonna give her an opportunity. If she don't operate like she says she's gonna operate, she'll be back before the council. And that's what we hold people accountable. I'm not gonna sit and deny everybody that comes before this council an opportunity to do business in Montgomery.
I understand that, Councilman, but it would be really nice for these businesses that are coming in our neighborhood, in our district, to come and sit down at the table with our neighborhoods, with our alliances, and talk about what we expect with them. I'm just letting you know, this is where I am with that. If you
Thank
all
you.
vote this in,
Appreciate your input.
that's gonna be
Thank
on you, Mr. Calhoun.
Thank you.
Wait a minute, what's the young lady, what's your name, sweetheart? Right here. Miss Shelby, will you,
All right,
will
let's,
you get information from Miss Exford, just so you and her can have a conversation?
I would like to have a conversation. I would like to her to hear me and you guys as well. Event centers isn't the problem.
Where's this thing?
The clubs aren't the problem. City Trends is in the club. However, my best friend got shot in City Trends. City Trends is in the club. Big Lots is in the club. It's a lot of places. But what
Ms. Shelby, Mr. President.
only thing I'm wanting is
Ms.
an
Shelby.
opportunity to
Ms.
prove.
Shelby, all I'm asking you to do is operate like you say you're gonna operate.
all right. No, sir, no, sir, no,
We
you're
got-
not talking. She's on.
Mr. President,
Ms.
move to
Calhoun,
suspend
go
the rules.
ahead.
Motion to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Mr. Lyons? You're,
He's abstaining this time.
Oh, we're gonna spin the rules, yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, you want to spin the rules?
unanimous?
All right, now,
I'm abstaining from the vote.
have a motion to adopt. All in favor, raise your hand. I'm abstaining.
4. Neither the no votes and the abstain votes.
I'm abstaining.
Abstaining.
I'm
Two-
abstaining.
2 and 1 is abstaining.
2 and 1, 9 and 3.
6.
4. 6 abstaining? Yes. The resolution is defeated.
Okay.
Mr. President,
Next item.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
Resolution is defeated.
I understand.
defeated.
It's
It's over.
defeated. Mr. President, I have a question and then a statement. I just said I wanted to support this business. I understand every council member up here have a right to do exactly what you want to do and do what you just did. Now, I try to go along and try to do things what you asking for in your district. This young lady just stood before this council and said what she's planning on doing. I'm responsible for the people within District 5 in the city if it's not operating right. So you're gonna stand and don't suspend the rules, we got a short agenda. Y'all ready to go home? We finna go home.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, you know what?
All right.
I tell you what, I don't mind reversing my vote, but you're gonna be responsible if something happens now.
That's what I do.
Okay?
Go ahead, let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
I'm good to.
Reconsider. Move to
Have
reconsider.
motion, reconsider, all in favor, raise your hand.
Wait. Okay, everybody, the motion to reconsider, raise your hands.
All right,
Mrs. Johnson, are you voting?
everybody vote?
Unanimous?
Okay, now, motion, make your motion, CC.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
All right, I'm only voting to make Mr. Calhoun
Thank you,
happy
sir.
down there. If something happens, it's on him. All
That's
right?
Okay.
It
All
looks
right,
like,
motion
wait a
carries.
minute, 8. Mr. Mitchell, you're abstaining. It's 8 with 1 abstention.
Thank you,
Okay.
council. Appreciate your
All right.
support.
Thank you, Mr. Calhoun.
Okay.
Thank you, board.
Number 19.
Item
All right, Ms.
18,
Shelby.
application for a lounge retail liquor class 1 license doing business is in Fusion Lounge, 3905 Troy Highway.
All right, representative from our Indian restaurant, please, come forward. My God. All right, who's, your name for the record, sir?
Terrence Johnson.
Oh, Mr. Johnson. This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to speak against this item? Are y'all all for this deal? What's going on here?
They're in support.
Okay, all right. Who, all right. Who wants to speak against this? Anybody want to speak against this item? One person. All of you against it? For it? You're all for it? Okay. I declare the public hearing's been held, brought before the council.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I ask that this agenda item be carried over
Okay.
to the next meeting.
Motion to be carried over next meeting? Over.
What
Okay.
date
Next
is that?
item?
That's going to be the 17th.
Item
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. We'll be back next Tuesday to talk about this.
next week, this coming Tuesday.
Item number 20.
19,
I just wanna know if it's a new,
application for restaurant
build
retail
out.
liquor license doing business as Matka Bar, Indian Restaurant and Bar, 3629 Mountain Drive.
We're through. You come back on next Tuesday. We'll vote on your item. So, thank you.
Thank you.
I just got a question. Y'all the new build out that's happening behind Longhorn? Are
We're
you the
right-
are
we're
you
right
the new build
beside
out?
it. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All right. Item number 20.
Wait, 19.
We on 19 or 20?
19.
Two still there.
I got it. No, that's when we just.
No, that was 18.
Okay. 19. Yes, sir. Your name for the record.
Yeah, you're 20, y'all
20. I need 19. I'm sorry. Let's get going. Your name for the record, please, sir.
Jiten Patel.
Okay. This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, in favor of public hearing has been held. Call for the council.
Move to suspend rules.
Have motion to suspend rules. All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous?
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous, resolution is adopted.
Good luck with your business, sir. Thank you. Now we go to number 20.
Item 20, application for a restaurant retail liquor license doing business as Hawaiian Barbecue and Raymond, 7712 East Chase Parkway.
Okay, your name for the record, sir.
Juan.
Okay.
Move to suspend rules.
Have motion to suspend rules.
What, you got
Hold on,
that?
gotta have
Public
the
hearing.
public hearing first. This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declare the public hearing's been held, it's brought before the council.
Move to suspend rules.
Have a motion to suspend rules, all in favor, raise your hand.
Move to adopt.
Unanimous.
Did we get the rules suspended?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we got a motion to adopt, all in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
Okay, number 21.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Application for a restaurant retail liquor license doing business as Barbecue Chicken Montgomery, 6229 Eastern Boulevard.
Okay,
Hi, Danny Hyun-an.
okay. This is a public hearing, and would like to speak against this item, please come forward at this time. Seeing none, declare the public hearing's been held, it's brought before the council, need a motion?
Move to suspend rules.
Have a motion to suspend rules, all in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
Good luck with business.
Thank you.
Item 22, application for retail beer and retail table wine off premises only, doing business as Chevron Food Mart, 4470 Troy Highway.
Representative Chevron Food Mart, yes, sir. Your name for the record.
Promise.
Okay. This is a public hearing, and would like to speak against this item, please come forward. Okay, Angela, you up on this one too, are you? 22, okay.
Good evening, our elected
Yes,
officials.
ma'am, come on.
It's what a night it's been.
It
I'm
has
Miss
been
Exford
that.
with South
Amen.
Alliance.
Amen, sister.
I'm Miss Exford with South Alliance neighborhood.
We are, okay, good deal.
I just want to say, we don't have an issue with these businesses want to open and want to sell beer and wine. But like I said in my last presentation, come and talk to the neighborhoods that you are going to be surrounded so that we can all have a seat at the table. Because at the end of the day, it's going to affect the neighborhood in which it's right close by. You got to already have those providers there. I understand Chevron is a big business, it's a brand name, it's a corporation. I get it. Mr. Calhoun, I understand your concept too as well. Montgomery need businesses. But when you tear down a part of town, businesses will not come. And I just want
Mr.
to
President, let me make a statement on that. Ms. Angela, me and you work hard together, but when you talk about a gas station beer and wine, it's just like we take a corner where we need development in South Montgomery, in the South Line, and it's a Walmart. Walmart sell beer and wine, so we're gonna tell Walmart we don't want you because you sell beer and wine?
Mr. Calhoun.
No, that's what I'm asking. This man is opening a Chevron gas station. And we got gas stations growing and opening up throughout this entire city. So we gonna sit here and pick and choose who sell beer and who sell wine?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is, let the neighborhood and their businesses work together so that we can have a clear understanding, because we getting all these beer and wines, and I get that. But Mr. Calhoun, you're all about business, but you got to look at it too.
Okay.
You're in District 5, but you're not in that. This is in District 6. This is in Mr. Mitchell's
And we
district.
stopped a lot of them that's even in District 5. It was in District 8. But
Okay.
if you looked at District 9, District 7, no one stopped the liquor license.
I declare the public hearing's been held.
No one.
But you got to look at the
I declare
culture
public
too
hearing's
of the
been held.
neighborhood, Mr. Calhoun.
Okay,
We'll
can I
talk
say-
soon.
Disagree with that, man.
Call the question.
Mr. President, I ask that this agenda item be carried over into next Tuesday. Yes, sir.
Okay. Item 22, carried over.
I'm being
20
fair- I'm being-
Item number
I'm being
23.
fair across the board tonight.
Item 23,
Let's carry it over to next Tuesday.
carried over. To the
Item
second.
23, application for retail beer and retail table wine off premises only, doing business as Spice of Life Indian Grocery, 3630 Malcolm
That's a
Drive.
neat looking building you got back there. I passed the other day. Your name for the record again? Okay. This is a public hearing, and I would like to speak against this item. Please come forward. Seeing none, declare the public hearing.
Someone standing up.
I don't think you're
Oh,
standing
no,
up
she
for this
didn't.
time.
Okay.
I declare the public hearing's been held. It's brought before the council.
Move to suspend rules.
Mr. Pruitt,
Move to suspend rules.
all in favor, raise your hand. Suspend rules.
Move to adopt.
Unanimous.
Hold a minute, just slow down.
Wait, I'm carrying it over.
Okay, you're
can't-
not moving to suspend the rules.
Where are we at?
We're on number 23. This is
Oh,
a
shoot, I'm
clean cut
sorry.
deal.
Ready to go, I guess.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
I feel a lot of love here.
Mr. Calhoun, are you?
Yes, I'm voting.
Unanimous. Unanimous.
All right, everybody got it?
Unanimous to suspend the rules.
Good luck with the business.
Good luck.
We need
Good
a
looking-
motion
good looking
to-
store.
We need a motion to adopt. You just suspended.
Well, I
it.
thought we did.
Yeah, I made
All in favor, raise your hand for the adoption.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
Good luck.
Good luck with your business, sir.
Item 24, application for retail beer and retail table wine off premises only, doing business as Plus Superfood Mart, 612 through 616 South Panama Street.
Yeah, and I want to carry it over for
Okay,
conversation.
Representative, yes, ma'am, there you go.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, ma'am, your
My name is
name?
Debbie Swearingen. I'm the accountant for the Plus Incorporated.
You're the accountant.
That's right.
Okay. I would like to carry it over, and I'd like to speak to the owners.
All
The
right,
owner is here.
we're gonna have a public hearing first.
The owner is here.
Okay, I'll get his card, but we're carrying it over to the next
But
council.
we got to have the public
I mean, have a
hearing.
public hearing first before we go any further. This is a public hearing, and anyone like to speak against this item, please come forward. I declare the public hearing has been held, it's brought before the council. Now you're going to carry this over, and you're not
Yes.
going to suspend the rules. Okay? This will be heard next Tuesday afternoon, okay?
Oh, he's carrying it over?
It's being carried over.
I'm carrying it over.
Do you have a reason?
Yes, I need to speak with the owner, because...
Ma'am?
I'll speak with the owner, yes.
You need to speak with the owner
I will, yes.
today?
No, it'll be tomorrow, or sometime prior to the next council meeting, to make a decision.
Okay?
Okay.
Held up. 1 week.
Item 25, application for retail beer and retail table wine off premises only, doing business as King's Corner Store, 409 Hall Street.
Representative King's Corner Store, please. Yes, sir. Your name for the record.
Hello, my name is Malik Alahos.
Okay. This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declare the public hearing's been held. Before the council. Need a motion?
Carrying it over.
Carrying it over, okay. This will be held next Tuesday. I just did that. Okay. Going
Item
26.
26, application for retail beer and retail table wine off premises only, doing business as Lexor Food Mart, 1426 Madison Avenue.
Please, your name for the record, sir.
Hello, my name is Felix Magdalena.
Okay. This is a public hearing. Anyone like to speak against this item, please come forward at this time.
Ms. Blaylock, do you have the paperwork from Capitol Heights to read in?
Hold a minute. They can go read for the public hearing.
We're only on 26.
Yeah, the Madison Avenue. They had a neighborhood association meeting.
I would.
Regarding this item? Okay, all right.
Okay, what you doing? Read that in the minutes.
Yes, sir. This is from the Campbell Heights Civic Association. The property at 1426 Madison Avenue intersecting with South Hopper Street on the southwest corner is located next door to a church. The church is located on the southeast corner of the intersection of Madison Avenue and South Hopper Street. The property located on the east side of the church begins the residential area of Capitol Heights. Across from 1426 Madison Avenue, beginning at the intersection of Venora Avenue and continuing east on Madison Avenue are residential properties.
Okay.
Behind the properties facing Madison Avenue from the north and south of the street are many other residential homes.
Okay, public hearing's been held. It's brought before the council.
It's going to be carried over.
Carried over, okay. All right, item number 26 goes over, carried over. We'll hear this next Tuesday. We'll come back next Tuesday, the 17th. It'll be heard then, it's be carried over tonight. We will not be voting on tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Number 27.
And you found that there was no one present in opposition
Right. Nobody,
on number 26? Mr. President, did you ask if there was opposition in present
there was
on
no
number 26?
opposition to 26. Nobody came except what you read in the book,
Okay.
bylaws.
On item number 27, application for special events retail liquor license, doing business as Great American 500K Race at 2600 North Belt Drive. And council, I've received approval from the county as well as all city officials involved.
And this in the PJ, so
Yes, sir.
they've got approval for that, and it's in the PJ, of what area of town?
It's in North Montgomery where the
Okay.
racetrack is.
I see that our north, who's got, I need a motion to suspend the rules on this.
Move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
On the rest of the agenda.
Good job, Brent.
Sir, are you here for this item 27?
Unanimous on suspension of rules.
Okay.
Good afternoon. I'm the representative of Bottles Up, the company that's going to be bartending this event.
What's your name?
My name is Roger Winkles. I'm the
Okay, Roger.
supervisor and bartender here. We do a lot of Mardi Gras balls and stuff like that. And we're really quick to cut people off. So.
Okay, good. We're going,
Motion to adopt?
do I have I don't have to have a hearing on this one, do I?
Nope.
Yeah,
Yes, sir,
hearing.
you do.
I thought- Okay.
Yes, sir, you do.
This is a public hearing. Anyone like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declare public hearing's been held. Need a motion?
Motion to adopt?
Motion to suspend the rules.
We already did suspend the rules.
Well, technically, you could
Okay,
do it
motion to
until-
suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Mr.
Good luck with the
Brown,
event, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck with the business, sir.
Resolution is adopted. Item 28, resolution appointing William Solicitor and Alan Insminger to the Board of Directors of the Medical Clinic Board, Ingleside.
Need a motion to suspend the
Motion to
rules.
suspend the rule on the rest of the agenda.
All right, all in favor, raise your hand.
She made us redo that one.
Mr. Grimes? Unanimous.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. 29, resolution appointing Monica Whiting to the Water and Sewer Board by Councillor Johnson.
Motion to adopt. Oh, I'm sorry.
Motion adopted.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 30, resolution assessing the cost of abatement of unsafe structures on various lots.
Motion to adopt. Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody want to speak?
Which one? Hang
Hello,
on, man. Hang on.
my name
man.
is Nardia Pierre.
No, it's,
What's your name again?
Nardia Pierre.
okay, and you're here on item number 30,
Yes.
okay? Mildred Street issue, okay? Okay, we'll give you exception. That needs to go to.
What's she asking for?
I'm sorry.
What are you asking for?
Well, I just received this notice. This was a tax sale property. And by the time we got out there, the city had already destroyed the property. So I was never notified as a owner because we just acquired the property in June during the tax sale. And by July, the city had already tore it down.
Well, let me say, and I'm not sure if someone is here from that department, but what I know is by the time they tear it down, we would have sent a letter out maybe 2 or 3 months in advance to whoever previously owned the property.
Right.
So we're sorry you kind of got caught in that middle of that time frame. So they would have sent the letter out, waiting, no response. You purchased it, and they were already moving, and so they just went on with protocol and tore it down. So we do, apologize for that. I would just recommend that you speak with the coding department, Kippy Tate, or either someone in his area to talk with you about if there's any kind of way for you to get from under this and maybe charge the one who actually had the property at the time when they sent the letter out. I don't know if that's...
No.
You need to appeal.
This has happened before. If the city, they're supposed to notify the owner, and they did not notify me, and I had purchased a property before from an owner, and the city went ahead and tore it down before they notified me. And so here it is the second time, and I do understand the transition of time, but, I got the letter later on in the mail saying that, yes, we're charging you this, but I never received a notice. So, they found my address, which is, I understand, I'm now on the books, but I don't think I should be responsible because I was never notified that this was under condemnation to be torn down. And I do understand that there, I may get caught in the mix of it, but I don't see why it's my responsibility when I wasn't notified.
Ma'am, when did you buy the tax?
That's what I was going to ask.
I'm sorry?
July of this last year?
No,
Yes, this.
So do you actually have clear title to the property now?
No. So
Okay.
it's tax sale. We just got it in June. July, it was torn down.
Yeah.
That's the problem right now.
Notification would have went to, like she stated previously.
Right,
then
right. And
as
I
you-
totally understand that, but they're sending me the bill.
Right, because that's your responsibility now that you bought it through a tax sale that includes the liens
you
that's on the
get all
property.
Right, but the notice, I understand it would have been my responsibility if I was notified, but I was never notified. And so, because that lack of notification.
Okay, you need to file a claim against us. I think the bottom line, just file a claim against the city. I don't think we can.
Yeah,
Could you please repeat?
You need to talk to the city about a claim.
Yeah.
You just file a claim against the city for what you got and then see what happens, okay?
Mr. President, can I get some clarity from Stacy?
President,
We gotta
Mr.
send them to
President.
keep it tape if anything gonna be.
No, it's a claims process. It's an extra process. We done went through it a few times.
Yeah, but it's not the council's responsibility
No.
to waive no fees.
No.
I mean,
No, we haven't-
that comes with the
you
property
filed a
when
claim.
you purchase
That's
it.
right.
I know you didn't get it, it went to the prior owner. So when you purchase the property, that should have been, you don't see all of that.
Yeah.
Right. I understand that during the transition time from June, it was tax sale in June. In July, they tore the property down. So there's supposed to be some, and I get it that there's usually like a 3-month notice or whatever before they tear it down and give notice that they're tearing it
And
down.
we probably approved the demolition probably in May.
That's right.
And
Say that
so
again?
I don't know what's wrong
You
with
approved the
Mike.
demolition in what?
It probably was approved in May, so it was already on the demolition list. So
Right.
we didn't know it was on the tax sale. It probably belonged to the state, and we tore it down.
Right.
And they're not gonna pay us. That's gonna be an appeal through the administration.
Right, and I do understand that, but they literally do not have any way for the new person to know that there is it's under condemnation.
So
That
you
would be
can't
one
go
of the
to the-
dangers of buying a tax
But I
property.
think that she
That's
should
just
be
one of
able
the
to
dangers.
go
You
to
a
the-
good deal or a bad deal.
Right, and I understand, even just outside of the tax sale, because I've been down this road before where the city did tear down one of my own personal property that I bought, and then they're like, well, sorry, and I
Well,
lost
you
an
need to file
entire
a
property
claim
because of
against
that.
So what happened when the city did that? You had to pay for it, correct?
No, I didn't, they charged the previous owner.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I bought the
You
house
gotta
because I
process.
wanted the house, and then I ended up not having a house.
Okay, but
And
I
so-
think you got to file a claim, and that's all we can tell you to do, okay? We're not going to do that at the city council, we're not going to.
Okay, so,
File a claim with the city, okay?
okay, so.
Okay.
Thank you.
Motion to
Next
adopt.
item.
Okay, thank you.
Motion to adopt, all in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous, resolution is adopted.
Okay.
Item 31, pursuant to Section 1153B1 Code of Alabama, authorization of demolition of unsafe structures at the listed locations.
Need a motion to uphold?
Motion to uphold.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
All right, now we're going back
Item
to
31,
32.
32.
We gotta do 32
resolution
first.
declaring, authorizing, and assessing cost of abatement of public nuisances on various lots.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous,
We gotta go
resolution
back
is
to
adopted.
Now go back to item number 3.
3.
Mr. Smith is here. He'll come up and speak to this.
Oh, about the construction on Bell Road. We ain't even made it to them yet.
I forgot, yeah. We gotta go back to,
Mr. President,
Yes, sir. Hang on.
Mr. Robert Smith, how you
Yes,
doing?
sir.
We had a question about this moratorium that we were looking at for Bell Road. The mayor brought up the MPO funding for us getting that infrastructure done, and he just wanted to see where were we and how would this affect, would this push that infrastructure and that MPO to really get this done? How would this affect the infrastructure on Bell Road?
So, as far as an actual MPO project in the short-range transportation improvement program for the next 4 years, it's actually not on the list at this point. However, it is a live project in our year 2045, year 2045 long-range transportation plan, which is in the next 25 years.
Charlie, will you still be on the council in 2045? Do you remember that?
If y'all attend the MPO meeting, we might have got moved up to 2025.
Right. But, I mean, saying that, you all for the members of the council that are MPO members, Mr. President Jenwright, Pro Tem, Mr. Calhoun, and Mr. Mitchell, and Mr. McInnes, you all can actually change the priority. But if you do that, you will be impacting other projects that are priority right now. And I will say this, so the reason it was put on the visionary needs list for the 2045 long-range transportation plan was because the the levels of service on Bell Road in its entirety from Troy Highway all the way to the Atlanta Highway, from one side to the next, the levels of service was only in the B to C range. It was not operating in the D to E to F range. Only with the exception of at particular intersections, as you get close to the intersection of Bell Road and Vaughn, yeah, the levels of service actually go down, but as you get further away, the levels of service are actually operating at a pretty decent level of service, and A being the best, E to F being the worst.
Okay.
So you say we don't really have a problem?
The problem is really not that bad. The worst times, like with the side of Bell Road that's in question right now, where the new BTW is.
Right.
Once that traffic light was actually made operational, that actually improved the traffic conditions as you travel through that particular area. And I think the only thing that was only really being requested for land development was, I think it was a subdivision that the Planning Commission had actually voted down on the lower end of Bell Road, and even if that had been put in, it really wouldn't have had big negative impacts from a traffic flow standpoint.
Okay. My question is, you said the traffic light. How long will it be for the traffic light? Do you have a date?
The traffic light is operational right now.
So,
Yeah, because BTW is actually open.
Helping. The traffic is still bad down there. That
It's
really help.
backed up past Norris Farms and Bell Station.
Okay.
I don't know what, I don't know.
Can we not, let me ask my original question is, can we not ask the permits department to bring any permit for building on Bell Road before this council, instead of just giving them based off if they got everything else checked off? Can we not, kind of like we do the event centers, they have to come before us. They can't just go and get a business license.
Most of them gotta be rezoned anyway.
Right, so.
That's the big deal.
Okay, so that's
But
what I'm
there's a
saying.
couple that-
Can you stop one?
I'm just saying, in lieu of doing the moratorium, can we ask those businesses, anybody asking for a permit, to come before the council? Or do y'all prefer, because if you do the moratorium, you just kind of shut everybody down. But then it might be somebody out there who got a small little project they need to do in the next whatever, that they might be, well, okay, that ain't gonna impact nothing. Let's
Mr.
go ahead.
President, Mr. President, can I just ask let's just vote it up and down, and we can just figure if
Got
it.
a motion?
Yeah, motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
3.
So Mr. Calhoun just went crazy because we voted against the event center in his district. But two council members that are
Are the
asking
rest
for
of
it, he
you
votes
voting
against
no,
it.
or are you abstaining?
That's interesting.
But what are you gonna do?
I'm pro-bid.
Does that
Okay.
include home building, or somebody wanna build a house on Bell Road?
Council,
Oh, you want my vote?
You got 3 votes for it.
I have already for it.
Hey,
I need to
Glenn,
know if-
Glenn, what all does that include? What if somebody had a lot, build one individual house?
There's no places on there for that. Look, bottom line is, we're gonna kick this can down to 2045, 2050. Charlie's gonna be the only one on the council. And we're not gonna fix Bell Road. There is a huge traffic issue and problem on Bell Road.
I agree, but we gotta move it up, we gotta move it up the ladder.
What? So no,
But that's it, vote on it. We got 3
got to
votes
vote.
no. Let's vote on it and go home.
I don't like moratorium.
We didn't get to vote.
You know what? You want it? I get it.
Okay.
No.
How long is the timeline gonna be?
Recount,
You know yet?
let's count the votes.
3 yeses, 6,
3 yeses.
7, and 8. I need to know how the rest of the people voted. No votes
Well,
and
call for the
abstaining.
vote again.
Who's against? So,
Let's go.
Glenn,
Revote on this.
you don't want any
All
more
in
building
favor?
over there, right?
All in favor of what?
All in favor of the moratorium, raise your hand.
All in favor?
I'm gonna go with the
4,
moratorium.
5, 6.
You done sold us.
Graham,
Falls
you
on
got
you.
your hand
You
up.
got 6.
Falls on
You
you.
got
What
3.
happened when you threatened people?
All right.
That's a lawsuit
All
again.
opposed?
You got it passed.
I've got 1, 2, 6, 7, and 8. So do the rest of you vote no
I
or
vote no.
abstain?
I vote no.
I vote no.
Put me on the record as a no vote.
Ms. Graham?
Well, I'm not.
You're no vote?
Okay. Next item. Now we got all these fire department things we got to deal with. All right, fire department's up here. We got a resolution from the fire department on, Come talk to us about all this stuff you got in the fire department.
This is a mess.
Okay, tell us which one we gonna work on first here. We got the stopper with a fine of $4,100.
Yes, sir. We'll start with that one first.
Huh?
We'll start with that one first.
Okay.
So on July 3rd, we conducted an inspection of the Escape Tapas Grill on 109 Eastern Boulevard. Discovered a violation of being overcrowded.
Okay.
Had a total of 154 occupants inside. That exceeded occupant load of 99, which made it about 55 people over.
Okay.
Come up with a $4,125 fee that was approved by the City Council on July the 5th. As of today, it's been more than 90 days since the fee was imposed. In accordance with Ordinance 35/2023, any business found in violation incurring such penalties must be brought back before the City Council for business revocation, license revocation.
Okay.
Okay, let's take the fee first. Let's do it in this order, and then that way you can do the revocation.
Okay.
Let's do that, because there's before you, there's a memo from them where they closed them down this weekend, and they're asking you to uphold the fee recommendation due to overcrowding violations by Montgomery Fire Department for Escape Tapas Grill at 109 Eastern Boulevard.
Sorry.
And all y'all need to do is just uphold the fire
Uphold
department's recommendation. They
All
were
right.
over.
I need a motion, folks. Council. Anybody understand what we're doing? Huh? Yes, sir. You want to tell me what's going on?
So, my name is Frank Walker. I'm the,
What's your name, please?
Frank Walker. I'm the owner of Escape Tapas Grill. And this weekend was homecoming weekend. And of course, the city has invited thousands of people from all around the world, all likes and all kinds. And with that being said, when people come into town, they're looking for entertainment. My place of business is a place of entertainment for working professionals of Montgomery area and all areas, surrounding areas of Montgomery. I don't have really a big cry for anything, but what I am asking for is assistance in preparation. We knew that this weekend, for however long the schedule has been released from Alabama State University, that we would have thousands of people here. I begged and pleaded with both MPD and the fire department for assistance in general at all of our meetings that we have here, weekly, monthly, inside this exact same building. I've been to other homecomings in other cities, and I see major support from all avenues. And when I say support, even if it's just police in the street making sure that traffic flows properly, even if it's called neighboring cities and towns for assistance to come, because we're understaffed, I understand that. But we have no problem with MPD going to Auburn to help them with their football games and stuff. So, with that being said, I'm just looking for assistance in helping the growth, helping in general with business, restaurants, because the capacity issue, it wasn't just with me this weekend, it was with every single event space, venue, restaurant in Montgomery. Now, since my last fine, I've been open maybe 4 or 5 times. Out of 4 or 5 times, I've been shut down 2 times. Now, this previous time, when they came to me, when they got there, I was already closed. My lights were on, and people were walking out. They came to the door. My club closes at 2 o'clock. At 1:18, I turned my lights on. They came to the door, started clicking. I'm already closed, but I understand the procedure and I understand the process. But instead of calling me or saying, hey, Mr. Walker, we have disturbances going on in the city. It's a lot going on in the city tonight. If you don't mind, would you go ahead and shut down a little early? We're trying to get everybody home safely. I have no problem with that. When I heard about the incident that happened other places, I did that on my own. I understand the whole objective of the city to keep Montgomery safe and entertain and do all those things. All I'm asking is that, like, being proactive instead of reactive.
Well,
Like, we can stop a lot of this stuff from even happening. Was I wrong? Yes. Like, no question. But all I'm saying is that, like, I own these businesses in other places, right? In Atlanta, Georgia. When I request for a fire marshal on my site because I have a big event, it becomes discretionary on my fire marshal. He can say, hey, Mr. Walker, that's enough. That's all I'm asking for, and we pay them. The city don't pay them, we pay them.
well, but we don't want to violate the law.
I agree.
You know what jumps out on me on a legal standpoint. Imagine you had a fire or something, and because this place is so overcrowded, people couldn't get out. You'd have a wrongful death claim. And instead of just having a simple negligence claim, you'd have what they call a damn negligence claim, a wantonness, willfulness. By allowing this many people into that building was just a willful, intentional, total disregard for the safety of the patrons that are in there. And if something had happened, you know, there'd be no way for you to wiggle out of the liability on that issue. It would sink your ship, bankrupt you. And I don't even think you can bankrupt on a wrongful death claim. So that's how I look at it. I look at this and I'm like, man, you know, you can have 99, but you got 438. That tells me that if I'm in there, you really don't care about my safety.
Well, so let's just think about it like this. This room right here is enormous, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But by Montgomery law, if you don't have sprinklers here, you can only have 99. Let's take any business, any building, no matter what the square footage is, 30,000 square feet.
Depends on several different factors.
30,000 square feet.
So here's the thing.
I'm just saying in general. Can I finish right quick?
I'm not
Can I
cutting him
finish?
off, but
And
here's the whole deal.
If a building is 30,000 square feet, the capacity is 99 in Montgomery if you don't have sprinklers. That's all I'm saying. So just because my capacity is 99, don't mean like that's the square footage. My building is 5,000 square feet. It's not a small space. I didn't put people on.
Is this the old Dreamland barbecue building?
Yes, sir.
So here's the thing. We welcome business. Montgomery Fire Department welcomes business. We like to see businesses open. However, when we conduct an inspection, a nightclub inspection, and when you have an occupant load of 99, which is what his building can hold, and you find 438 people in there, that's a significant amount of people over. That's 339 people over the allowed limit. You have any type of shooting, you have any type of fire, there's no way for them people to get out.
Okay, but
And
since
the
I've been
thing
open,
is,
have I
that
had
is
those
a big
things?
liability. And the way the fire department looks at this is we're out there doing our job. We're making sure these don't happen inside the city. And that's what our job is to do. And the fines that we impose is there because you can't count money over lives. I mean, that's the way we look at it here in Montgomery Fire Rescue. We're here to enforce a rule, an ordinance that was passed by the city council, and we enforced it. And I mean, as far as the fine goes, which I mean, y'all have to approve the fine as well tonight.
Well, okay, enough said. We know what happened, okay?
Okay.
I think it's time for a vote. Anybody
Ms.
want?
Blaylock, what do we do next?
We need the vote there needs to be a motion to uphold the fire department's recommendation to charge the administrative fee to the business.
Any motion for that?
Can you get sprinklers installed? Can you get more sprinklers installed to be reevaluated after this though?
Yeah, I can, but even when the sprinklers are involved, like the sprinklers are gonna be installed, like, what's my capacity gonna go to? I'm sure you know.
I think we'd have to do a measurement of it.
Yeah, it's like, it might increase by 100 or 150, but the whole thing is like, more than anything, I'm just asking for the assistance, like, before, instead of after. Like, I understand it's a good come up. It's good money for you. I understand that. So if I know everybody's, even fire department is business. So if I was in the business of being a fire department and I could not help you and make $25,000 off you.
It's not about the money. It's about the protection.
It's not about the money. It's about.
So where does the money go?
It's about lives being in the building.
It's
just like stated earlier.
I haven't had nobody burn up in
You're a
there
manager. You're responsible for your business.
Okay.
I haven't had anybody burn up in
One
there
at a
yet.
time talking, please. Don't try to overtalk the fireman. We got a violation here. That's clear and simple. You saying you want help in the future? Sure. But tonight, we've got a vote we got to have. I need a motion on this item.
Motion to uphold.
Have a motion to uphold. All in favor, raise your hand.
7. Ms. Johnson, you
All
voting no
opposed?
or abstaining?
No, yeah, just, I'm abstaining.
You abstain?
6 as well.
All right,
Okay, that changes the vote to 6 and 2.
okay. All right, next item, closure.
And 6. And on the resolution authorizing a show cause hearing, he pointed out that according to the ordinance on the second offense, they automatically come before the council for revocation of business license. So,
And I think it's actually two different matters, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. One of them is if it's the second offense within a year, it comes before the council to consider revocation. And then if they haven't paid a prior administrative fee that was established and voted on by the council within 90 days, that also brings them before the council. So I don't think he paid a previous fee within 90 days.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
So he's here before the council because of that, and he's also here for the second violation. So for both of those reasons, the fire department's asking that you consider revocation.
which would require the changing of the resolution that's before you. Because the way we drew it up previously before we knew the second offense was to set a show cause for October the 17th, but pursuant to the ordinance, they're requesting that the revocation be tonight, which, if y'all would allow me to amend the resolution to reflect that, if the council so wills.
Okay. Yes, sir, Mr. Calhoun.
Mr. President, Mr. Walker, do you currently have a license at this location?
Yes, sir.
You do? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, we need a motion on the revocation.
He ain't paid the fine. He did?
It would be a resolution revoking the
Is there a
business license.
We don't have a resolution in front of us.
So this fine, let me be clear, this sign is from a July 5th.
Yes, sir, it is.
Over, so that was 90 days past due on October 5th, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then the one you did
And then we had
tonight,
another.
Then you have a new one.
the one that you just voted on.
Yeah.
And you gonna make the payment for the fines?
Mr. Walker, you had 90 days to pay the fine. What?
Honestly, like, I haven't been open. Like, if it's not a payment plan in place, like, honestly, like, it's not even gonna be possible because, like, the reality of it is that I'm in business to make money. If, like, literally every single thing I do is gonna have more than 99 people, if I'm just being completely transparent with you.
Well,
like, it's almost like, but if you see my space, like the seating alone, if you sit in 4 of the spaces that are inside of my place, that's 99 people. I
Mr.
have
Walker,
20 of the spaces.
Mr. Walker, we got to follow the rules. It's a safety deal. It's nothing against you.
I agree. I agree
And
with
so
you 100%.
you need to find a larger space where you can have these meetings that is sprinklered.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's the.
I mean, I get
He just
that,
need
but
to add the sprinklers.
Huh?
He just need to add more.
but who owns that building, the old Dreamland?
I guess the same people who own the shopping center.
So you're renting the building?
Absolutely.
You know, I guess you could check on them about getting some sprinkler in there, but I doubt they're going to do that as a landlord. But you need to find a building. That's the rules, and if these guys just doing their job. If somebody burns up, then we're all blamed for letting you stay open.
Well, like, I'm at blame. That's why I'm insured. Like, I assume full responsibility for everything I do. Like, you could say that you're the blame for leaving me open, but in actuality, like, it's all on me and my insurance that I'm very capable of paying and making sure I do the right things.
We have a law we have to uphold, okay? That's the bottom line.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have anything to do with personalities or size, whatever. The law states one thing and that's it. Not any deviation of that law.
100% Terrell. But if I'm closed, how can I pay you?
Well, that's true too, but the law is the law.
Mr. Walker, you just had 438 in there. You should have made a wad of money, been able to pay that fine.
But how is that possible if I've only been open 4 times since July 5th? They shut me down 2 of them.
Didn't you say you were operating in Atlanta also?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. But you know why I came here? Friends and family asked me to bring business to where I'm from instead of other places.
Okay, well, we understand it, but now you violated a law that we got to.
Absolutely. Like, that's understood.
Okay, all right.
So real quick, you're telling me you've only been open 4 times since July?
4 times and been shut down
4
twice.
times?
4, or maybe 5.
So you're not a full-time bar?
No, he's an event center.
Event center. Like we talked about event centers, yeah.
So it's not that I'm an event center. What I am, I'm a restaurant, lounge, bar and grill. Hear me out. But hear me out. But in Montgomery, the finances don't circulate like they do in major cities. So I was going negative being open daily. So then I went to weekends.
We understand that.
And after that, it's more or less like, okay, it's homecoming. Frank, can you come open up for us, please? It's the only nice spot where us working professionals can come. Okay, I'll come down here. They shutting down another club. They shutting down another spot in Montgomery and say, hold on, we gotta leave and go shut down Escape. Why not just call me and tell me that? Like, come on.
Mr. Walker, they shouldn't have to call you and tell you,
know
look,
better.
you're overcrowded. I mean, it's 99, it's been 99 since you opened.
All right,
I mean, this is.
let's move on.
Mr. Pruitt, I
we've
understand
discussed this
exactly
long
what you're
enough.
saying,
We
but
know.
like all I'm looking for is a working relationship, somebody like who's willing to be like, okay, man, like we got these things here, like let's help them. It's homecoming weekend. It's something that's been it's been planned for the city for over 1 year. All I'm asking you to do, even if they send somebody out there and say, okay, Frank, that's enough.
Just because you have it
But
on.
that ain't their responsibility. That's yours. You the business owner. Nobody calls me and tell me to put gas in my lawnmower. I'm finna run out.
Okay.
I mean, that's yours.
You know that's not the same.
Man,
No, it
is
is.
the same. It is the same.
Business law is law. Okay, we need a motion on the next item here.
Resolution revoking the business license of Escape Tapas Grill, 109 Eastern Boulevard.
I need a motion, please.
Motion to revoke the license.
Motion to suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
7, 6,
You ain't gonna spin the rules.
3, and 6, are you abstaining?
Opposed.
You're not, are you suspending the rules?
Oh, suspend the rules.
Are you suspending rules or not?
6 and 1.
You suspend the rules or not?
No.
You're not suspending
He's
rules?
not.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, that
Okay,
stops
there's
that one.
7, and Mrs. Johnson was the one that
Can't
voted
vote
no.
on it now.
So the resolution is carried over to the next meeting.
Next
which
Tuesday.
is
Right.
next Tuesday.
Okay, got that one, okay. All right, you're saved for 7 days.
So you're open your license wasn't revoked.
All right.
You
Appreciate
give
that.
Give 7 days. All right, the next one, Hookah House. Tell me about this
All
one.
right, closure of Hookah House, 105 North Burbank, conducted a nightclub inspection. Upon arrival, found 216 people inside the establishment. They have a occupancy load of 99 as well. It was over 117 patrons.
I said, y'all remember me saying that before.
This is their first time of being,
Okay, so all we need to do is approve their fine.
yes, sir.
I need a motion to
To oppose.
suspend the rule, uphold, just uphold, need a motion to uphold.
Mr. President, move the motion.
All in favor, raise your hand.
6 with 3 and 6, no or abstain?
Abstain and, no,
No.
no,
3 is a no and 6 is abstain.
okay, all
Gonna
right.
be 1 and 1, 6, 7, 8.
Hey, you got, that motion passes?
It opposed, yes, sir.
Okay.
It's been upheld.
Okay,
Now, council, I have contingency funds.
our contingency funds, item, District 1. Go ahead.
The ones, I have a few that have been approved by the mayor. District 1, $2,500 to Parkland Residential Association. Those have been approved. For District 3, these have been approved by the mayor. $5,000 to Mercy House, $2,000 to Boss Lee, $1,000 to Duchess Divas and Gents, $5,000 to West Chisholm Improvement Association. For District 6, these have been approved by the mayor. $5,000 to Manhood Inc., $2,000 to Young Men on a Mission, $2,000 to MPS for Percy Julian Basketball, $2,000 to MPS for John Abernathy Gratz High School basketball, $500 to Echo, $500 to Positive Parents Have Power. Mr. Reed, these do not have the mayor's approval. For District 3, Montgomery Bike Club, $500. They are a vendor. For District 9, these need your approval also. $12,000 to Tuckabatchee Area Council, $2,000 to Bellwood East HOA, $2,000 to Halcyon South HOA, $2,000 to Halcyon East HOA, $1,000 to Copperfield HOA, $5,000 to Old Bellwood HOA, $3,000 to West End Boys Club, $3,000 to Chisholm Boys Club, $8,000 to Woodmere HOA, and $1,000 to ACT CDC. These are all vendors.
All good.
Mr. President, can I add?
And I have one more.
Okay.
For District 4, $1,500, District 6, I'm sorry, $1,500 to ASU Foundation.
And
They're a vendor.
Brenda, the Glasner, the 500 Glasner House Challenge.
Pardon me?
The $500 for the Montgomery Blue Club, I believe, Bike Club.
Glasner Challenge.
That was on there too.
I
For
read
District
that.
3.
I read that one.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Brenda, can I add $500 to Successful Living Center and $1,000 to the JAG
$1,000
Choir?
to JAG.
JAG Choir? The JAG Choir Choral
Okay,
Ensemble?
okay.
Thank you.
Brenda, I would also like to add, I'm sorry, $1,000 for ACT CDC.
Okay.
Ms. Blaylock, I'd like to give $1,500 to ACTS CDC.
Okay. Is that it?
No.
Yes, ma'am. For me.
Y'all push forward my
CC?
hand. $1,500 to ACT CDC.
Don't be cocky.
Okay.
Make mine $1,500. I said $1,000, but go ahead. I'm gonna go and match them. I'll match them.
You're changing it to $1,500?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is that it?
Oh, that's it.
Mr. Reed, you okay with these? These are all vendors.
Affirmative, yes.
No,
we're
I
good.
just wanted to match them because they do
Okay.
a lot of work. They help.
All right, I need a motion to adopt this.
Motion to adopt.
Motion to
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous?
Okay. All right, public communication roster. Mary McGinnis. Mary McGinnis.